Group 2, Kerala Blasters will be playing the team. Gokulam already played Indian and won that game by a 2-0 margin. For the Blasters, it's a big season to find that elusive trophy that they've been searching for since 2014. And this man is going to play a big part in it. Adrian Luna brings a smile on every supporter's face whenever they see him on the pitch. You've also got new signings, big signings at the back, likes of Prabir Das and Pritham Kotal joining from Bengaluru FC and Mohan Bagan Super Giants this season. Pritham, of course, the big money signing for Kerala Blasters. Prabir as well joining him. Both India regulars as well, hoping to get back into the national team come Jan 2024, the big Asian Cup for the Indian team coming up then. But up against them is a Gokulam Kerala side that has won the I-League twice. Also won the Durand Cup in 2019. Surprisingly, these two teams have never faced each other in senior level competition. First time they're taking on each other in senior level competition. They faced each other in the Kerala State League. That game was won by Kerala League as well. You've got the likes of Nili Pedromo, who spent time with Bengaluru FC in India before. Spanish contingent that is led by the likes of Domingo Aramas, who is the main coach. And you've got people coming in to watch this game. It's a Sunday. Supporters love football in this part of the world. And I'm delighted to also be joined in the commentary box by a man who spent time in Indian football as well, the Punjab FC. He's coached the Aspire Academy for more than 10 years in Qatar. Spent time with Leeds United and also UEFA A license holder Andy Cooper. Glad to have you with us.
Yeah, thank you for having us on board. Very much looking forward to this one. I'm sure it'll be more of the same for Gokulam Kerala after the first game. And obviously the start of a new dawn for Kerala Blasters as well.
Yep, you've got the two teams lined up. You can see a bit of rain falling as well. Normal weather as far as this part of the world is concerned. You've had rain come into various venues where the games have taken part earlier in the season. Hope that rain doesn't play spoil sport as far as the playing conditions are concerned, Andy. The ground looks beautiful from whatever we've seen of it. And given the fact that there's going to be an intensity in this game, both these teams want to come out on tops. It'll be interesting to see who takes control of the game and how quickly they can take control of this game.
Very much so. No, it looks like great conditions to play. If you look at kind of the stats, Kerala normally high percentage of the ball when they play. They like to have the ball on the deck and knock it around. And obviously saw in the opening game with Gokulam how they have a style as well. So yeah, it should be a fascinating battle between two teams. We're really keen to stamp their authority on this group.
Salam Ranjan Singh, one of those experienced campaigners at the back of defense for Gokulam Kerala. There's the new man, Pritham Kotal, signed from Mohan Bagan Super Giants, a regular feature in the national team for Egos T-Match. Playing amongst people he's played amongst for so long. He spent so long with Mohan Bagan Super Giants. And there it is, Prabir Das as well, another big name in Kolkata football. And you've got the dignitaries coming out on the field to meet the players as well. You've got the Transport Minister of the Government of West Bengal, Shri Snehashish Chakrabarti. Alongside him is Major General of the Indian Army, Dharam Ranjan, GOC Bengal sub-area. First game for Kerala Blasters in this edition. Gokulam Kerala, of course, have tasted success in this trophy. They won it in the 2019 edition. Interesting fact, ever since the Durand Cup shifted to Kolkata, 3 editions in Kolkata and 3 new winners. Gokulam Kerala, FC Goa and Bengaluru FC, defending champions. Twice runners-up in the ISL, or 3 times runners-up in the ISL are Kerala Blasters in the first edition in 2014, then runners-up in 2016, and then the last one being the 2021-22 season, where the likes of Adrian Luna played a big part in making sure that Kerala Blasters made all the way to the final. Last edition of the ISL, they got knocked out in the playoffs. That controversial game versus Bengaluru FC that saw Bengaluru make right. How quickly you get these players playing together, and that's what tournaments like Durand gives you the opportunity of doing.
100%. I think you can have all the time you want on the grass, multiple training sessions, training camps where you're doing double, triple sessions, you're working in video rooms as well, and more than that, more than pre-season friendlies, obviously a huge Durand Cup competition where they can go have real competition and try and progress, try and get through them rounds. And it obviously starts now for the Blasters in terms of their preparation, and obviously go again for Gokulam as well in terms of trying to back up a performance against the Air Force the other day.
Referee for the day is Rahul Kumar Gupta. Captains Adrian Luna and Alejandro Lopez, who's joined Indian football for the very first time from Spain. He's played for the likes of Real Zaragoza. He's played for Osasuna, 74 goals in 243 games. Hoping to repeat the same for Gokulam Kerala. Wanted to qualify for the ISL by winning the I-League. And here's a look at their formation. 4-4-2. You've got Sachin in goal and Pritham Kotal this season from Nigeria.
Yeah, the style, the players may change, but the style and the shape doesn't. Is it almost exclusively 4-4-2 last season as well? So no surprise they're lining up in a similar formation today.
4-4-2 on the ball. Could change to a lot off the ball. From what we've seen in modern football, it's fluidity that's key here, and how you, of course, adapt to the situation of this game. 4-3-3 for Gokulam Kerala. You've got Moya in goal, Salam Ranjan and Buba. As far as the stopper backs are concerned, Meher and Vikas making up the fullbacks, Basit, Nili, and Abhijit in midfield. You've got Shaheen, Alex, their captain, and Shrikutan, who scored that goal versus Indian Air Force.
Yeah, a number of changes from the previous game, and I think even a shape change as well. Nili maybe more coming off the right, more favoured off that right-hand side. I mean, he even started his career as a fullback, so now playing a little bit higher, but not along the side the main striker.
Just take a look at that bench for Keralablasters. Singh, Hormipam Ruya is there, Danish Farooq is there, Saurav Mandal is there, Bryce Miranda is there. All players with proven potential, but wanted to get more and more minutes and to prove that they can play at the highest level of Indian football.
Of the Durand Cup as well.
Gokulam Kerala, I-League winners in 2020 and 2021. Winners. It's been that sort of, those are those golden periods for a team that was formed in 2017, have been tasting success pretty early on, and not just in the men's team. They've been doing well in the women's team as well. One of those few teams in Indian football that pays a lot of importance to the women's team as well. Indian Women's League winners thrice in a row, 2019, 2022, and 2023. In fact, their last campaign for the women's team, they scored 64 goals and unbeaten in 10 games. Just minutes away from kickoff at the Mohan Bagan ground, Kerala Blasters inching to get things underway in the Durand Cup. This is the season opener of Indian football. Last season, made it to the playoffs of the ISL, a ground which has seen so many big battles in the past. An iconic ground, the Mohan Bagan ground, of course, refurbished. And we're underway at the Mohan Bagan ground. Kerala Blasters attacking from right to left on your TV screens. Gokulam Kerala in their all-red kit attacking from left to right. It's a small ground, so expect space to be of shortage for players. Expect players to be wanted to release the ball as quickly as possible. Jackson Singh slotting back. A very good 3 months for the Indian team. Winning 3 tournaments in the last 3 months that included the SAF Cup and the Intercontinental Cup. Rabi Das to Pritham Kotal. And that's one of the main reasons they signed Pritham Kotal, Andy, because he can play fullback, he can play in the center of the pitch, he can play in a 3-man defense, gives you so many options when setting up that 11.
Yeah, very much so. And just like we said at the start, it looks like it maybe is more like a 4-4-2 for Gokulam when they're in possession. When they're out of possession, but when they get the ball, it maybe looks like a little tweak in the shape just to get players on the ball in the little pockets between the lines of a team that play flat 4-4-2.
You just saw Frank Darwin there because Kerala Blasters head coach Ivan Vukomanovic is currently serving a 10-match ban. Something that happened in the ISL playoffs last season. Team walked off in that game versus Bengaluru FC in protest of that goal by Sunil Chhetri. And the findings were that Ivan Vukomanovic would be handed a 10-match ban. So up until then, responsibility will be shared by Frank Darwin.
Yeah, well-respected Belgium coach. I know that he's worked at Beerschot. He's worked under the same management and ownership of that they have Sheffield United, they have Kerala United as well. So he's worked in Saudi Arabia with Al Ahly. So he's a well-travelled, well-respected coach. and I'm sure a good ally for obviously the head coach while he's serving his time out of the game.
Naucha joined Kerala Blasters from Mumbai City FC. There is Domingo Oramas Cabrera, coach of Gokulam Kerala. First season in Indian football for him, 49 years old. He's been coaching for more than 20 years. Worked in Ecuador, also in Spanish teams like UD San Fernando.
Yeah, another
Justine.
experienced guy, isn't it? Just making his way into the Indian football. But it looks like a similar shape to what they previously played under the previous management in terms of that 4-4-2 style.
Early moments here at the Mohan Bagan ground. Here's Nili Pedromo. His first stint in Indian football came with Bengaluru FC, did not get to play too much. And then, of course, that stint was cut short courtesy of COVID. Jackson Singh lays it to Naucha. Joined this season from Mumbai City FC. Tries to find Justine. Zoltan Mawia joined this season from Mohammedan Sporting, goalkeeper for Gokulam Kerala. Won the I-League with Aizawl in 2017. You can see the intensity there. Captain Alejandro challenging Naucha. Very quickly you can find out, Andy, that they're not trying to give too much space on the ball. No one should get easing time on the ball at all.
No, Alex and nearly straight away there, pressing as soon as the ball's lost. He also won his first header, which is always great as a striker, just to win that first contact against big centre-halves, imposing players at the back. So a really promising start for them, but you can see the press straight away. They don't give any time for the Blasters, just centre-halves to breathe.
Towering presence of Salam Ranjan Singh has played for the national team in the past. Now with Gokulam Kerala. He's won the ISL with ATK. He's won the I-League with Bengaluru Football Club, an experienced campaigner. Buba, his captain, alongside him. There's Luna setting up, finding a player. Nihal making the run for Kerala Blasters. Pretty early on, I'm guessing Gokulam Kerala would have identified that whatever offensively would come through Kerala Blasters, and he would be through the boots of Adrian Luna. He's been so effective in those 2 seasons for Kerala Blasters.
Yeah, and I think it's either in a wide position or just coming inside like you saw there. Just the way they stood off a little, gave him a little bit of time just to get inside into them little pockets and just break the lines and get through. So it will be a constant threat and one that they'll be looking to close down quickly.
Prabir Das looking to start a new innings with Kerala Blasters. Had that wonderful season, that last season with ATK Mohan Bagan, then ATK Mohan Bagan. Team as well. Shifted allegiances to Bengaluru Football Club, didn't work out the way it wanted to. And now hoping to start a new innings and hoping to, of course, get into the radar of Igor's team match, Andy. For so many of these Indian hopefuls, these next 2-3 months are going to be important given there's the Asian Cup in January 2024.
Well, the Indian Oil Durand Cup provides that platform, doesn't it? It provides that opportunity for players, whether it's younger players coming through, whether it's players that haven't been selected for a period, that are on the fringes, to really show what they can do in competitive fixtures. And these are the games you want to play in. You want to grab that shirt and you want to obviously make sure that you're in the national team manager's eyes.
Brought down there by Jackson Singh. Alex.
I think he's had a bright start, hasn't he? He's won his first header, he's closed down quickly and just able just to nick the ball away and draw the foul as well. Looks an anonymous sign for them.
Chance to put some early pressure on Kerala Blasters. Franchise founded in 2014. Thrice runners-up with the ISL. Never to go on and win it. Never won the Durand Cup as well. Nili Pedromo on the ball. Pedromo puts it in, tries to find Alex, but cleared by Blasters.
Yeah, and I think if you're not going to have much of the ball, if you're going to have less possession of the ball, then set pieces and opportunities to get good quality deliveries are going to be key, especially to break the momentum of the opposition. In this case, just the first contact is won, defensively well won, and able to clear, draw the foul.
From a Gokulam perspective, twice winners of the I-League 2020-2021. Last season didn't go according to plan. We're hoping to gain promotion to the ISL that eventually was won by Punjab FC. They're hoping to this time gain promotion to the ISL by winning the I-League. Finished third in last season of the I-League. Looking to gain control in these early moments of this game. Neither side really gaining control so far. Here's Jackson. Back to Pritham Kotal. Luna drops deep. Has space on the ball. Plays it wide. Prabir Das has come inside. Slow build-up by Kerala Blasters. But it's probably what the team needs right now. Find that space, and here's that space. Naucha has time to exploit it. Tries putting that ball in. It's also a case of settling your nerves, irrespective of how many games or how many competitions you might have played. First few minutes in a competition is all about settling those nerves. Getting your feet stuck in on ground.
Yeah, you can see clear discipline and shape behind the ball from Gokulam just in that 4-4-2. Just not applying any pressure, but just trying to keep compact and make sure there's no space between the lines for them to play, to be clever, to be smart. Very disciplined in what they do, but not really on the front foot and being aggressive to pop out and press. They're happy to hold.
Here's Luna. Played their first season for Kerala Blasters, made sure that the team moved to the final, has played an integral part in these two seasons. Scored in 9 goals in the Hero ISL, 13 assists more importantly. Is the playmaker, is the man who creates openings for Kerala Blasters. Bijoy. Back to Pritham Kotal. Pritham Tai is finding Prabir Das, as will be the case this entire season. Pritham to Prabir Das will be making runs, as many runs as he can. Integral part of his game.
And I think that's going to be key, isn't it? Especially if teams are really flat, hit that pass just to try and get in behind and create an opportunity in the wide area.
The definition of the fullback or the definition of the football player has changed so much, Andy, over these years. You can't really get stuck in that one position. If you're a fullback, you can't just be hugging the lines. There've got to be times when you can come inside, give space to someone else to exploit the lines. And so you've seen that in European football. And slowly but surely, now with the influx of coaches coming into Indian football, it's creeping in to the Indian game as well a little bit.
Yeah, very much so. In the same when you're recruiting players, you look now and you talk about centre-backs here, and a lot of people identify straight away what are they like with the ball, what are they like in possession, what's the range of passing, how they're able to step in and draw players through. But actually the ultimate thing is, as a centre-back, is to stop the opposition scoring. That's the first job. Multifaceted now in how these teams play and what players are asked to do, whether fullbacks are coming inside to receive as an extra midfielder. But yeah, it is evolving all the time. It doesn't stand still.
Player down there, but Kerala Blasters carry on. Prabir Das it was. Luna on the ball. Loves to get back. Asks for that ball. Plays in between the lines. And now we have Kerala on the shot. Captain Booba down. Holding his possibly that shot taken by Vibhin. it was the knee of his own player, or the elbow of his own player, Saurabh Meher, that got Booba on the ground, and rightfully getting some medical assistance for it.
Maybe a good chance just for Gotham just to take a break, just to reorganise, get the structure back again, just solve any little issues that are coming in, just able to maybe stop them balls getting in between the lines and the pockets and then go again. I mean, he's a tough cookie. I'm sure he'll be straight back on his feet and back in the action in no time.
Top level sport is so much mental more than anything else. The ability on the ball, the ability to know how to play on this game is there possibly for all 22 players, but it's the mentality really. It's the mentality on how you challenge these players that makes a big difference.
Yeah, and to back up again, you know, you've got games coming in, especially in the Indian Oil Durand Cup, every 3-4 days. So the highs and the lows, you've got to get over them quickly. You can't be too high, you can't be too low after wins and losses, and to go again and challenge yourself, obviously, in big games, derby games such as this.
Gokulam very happy to sit back, not give too much space to Kerala Blasters, but like Andy pointed out, not really pressurizing them for the ball. Trying to eat up as much space as possible in their own half. Remember, you're watching this 132nd edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup, and you can watch it on Sony Sports 10-2. You can stream it on Sony Live. This entire month, a brand new season of Indian football is upon us. And really, the aim from the federation's perspective, Andy, like tournaments like Durand, you've got tournaments like Rovers, there's the Federation Cup, is to get as much game time to that Indian player who's possibly playing 22, 24 games in a season, take it up to 30, 35 games, which will only do good for them.
Competitive games as well, and that's the key for me in my time in India. Just didn't play enough, especially coming through the academies and the first team players, 19 to 23. Just didn't quite have enough football and experiences, but this provides you the platform, gives you the experience, gives you the competition that you need. We mentioned the national team as well. There's benefits there because you go to tournaments, it's short turnarounds in games, there's quick rest, recovery, go again, and you know, tournaments such as this provide that for players.
Yeah, the follow through, getting him on the ankle. No malice intended. But like you mentioned, Laliadjwala Changte, one of the standout players for India, Andy, had a big, busy season for the Indian team. Of all the games that he played for club and country, it totaled to 40 games, 40 or 42 games, which if you compare with European counterparts and other European leagues, 40, 42 is a normal thing, an everyday occurrence in every season.
Yeah, very much so. And I read this week, Rodri was explaining about the increase in game time as well in this effective time where there's much more added time now, might equal to more 7 or 8 full games. So in total, people could be playing up to 60 to 70 games a season now.
60, 70 games. Body just trembles saying it, 60, 70 games a season. I'm guessing that you're chasing what that right number is. What's the right number? Is it between 40 to 50 games, 50 to 55 games a season, where the players engage it mentally, physically, and fresh for a brand new season?
I think that's a fair assessment. I think anymore, there's obviously a real danger, but it's a money-making, big business, a big global entity now. There's huge threats from different countries in terms of leagues. So, yeah, more football seems to be the answer at the moment for some people.
Gokulam on the attack. Nearly had laid it wide. Comes back to Gokulam. Takes the shot. Just off target. But good early signs. And possibly the best attack for Gokulam Kerala in this first 70 minutes. Shot taken by Bassett.
Yeah, nice quick feet, wasn't it, to get inside. But one thing they have done well, Kerala, as soon as they were dropped low, they got out and put pressure on the ball. As soon as he was turned, they were up to just to affect it and spoil the quality of the shot and obviously get the corner.
Basit Ahmed, signed from Downtown Heroes in Jammu and Kashmir this season. Has played in Delhi and Kashmir. Meanwhile, corner taken by Nili Padromo, and it is connected by captain Booba. Would you believe it? They've been second best in these first 17 minutes, but a corner taken by Nili Padromo, and their captain has given Gokulam Kerala a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier, didn't we? If you're not gonna have much possession of the ball, you need to be compact and organised, which they've showed. And then the opportunity comes at set pieces. The initial one was a wide free kick, and that one was just a really good free header in the box. They'll be disappointed with the marking. They'll be disappointed with not able to get the first contact, but a really, really good header and a good opening goal.
Buba Aminu has been with Gokulam Kerala for the last 2 years. Captain of Gokulam Kerala. Won the I-League in 2022. He's been Tunisian champion in the past in 2013-14. Played 25 games from Gokulam Kerala. He's the rock at the back, and the rock at the back has delivered. He's opened proceedings for the team from Gokulam. 1-0 to Gokulam Kerala, 18 minutes gone in this Kerala derby.
And as far as finishes go, you centre half, he makes that effort to get into the box for the set piece. Clearly be something that they work on, but he's not going to want a better delivery than that. Absolutely perfectly placed just for him to guide that header into the top corner. No opportunity for the keeper, no opportunity for a fullback who's on the line to defend the post. Clinical finish.
You look at the size difference between the likes of Buba and the Kerala defenders. There's a clear difference in height. And possibly taking advantage of that. Jackson Singh was marking him at the time. And he was close to him, but just couldn't really do anything.
Yeah, I think you'd have to have a look at who was put on him to mark him, because you need to match up in them areas before the game when the team sheets come in. Have a look who's the opportunity you can to match up height for height. Or even if you're going to get an overload in there and go zonal one place and needs to be at least affect the run of Buba in there, so he can't get a free opportunity to get a clean strike, a clean header. He has to be disrupted if you can't match him in terms of height for height.
Gokulam Kerala very early on had decided that they don't want to get into the Hero ISL courtesy of corporate entry. They want to get in on merit, and the first team to get in on merit will be playing their first edition of the Hero ISL later this year. That's Punjab FC, won the Hero I-League last season. Their eyes are on that. Their eyes are on making it to the highest level of Indian football. And they seem to have started in the right manner. A brand new season where the aim is to win promotion to the Hero ISL. Jackson. Back to Naucha Singh. Naucha faces it to Azhar. There's Preetham. Space wide right to Prabir Das. Buba. Not a bad way to start his season. Did not score a single goal the whole of last season. First game, brand new season, gets his team the lead in the Kerala derby. Just seem to be lacking a bit of firepower to Kerala Blasters, even though they're controlling the game, have lots of possession, but just seem to be lacking ideas in that final third. Always looking for Adrian Luna, trying to find Justine, who's also trying to make a point. It's his first new season.
Yeah, I think you want that tempo in terms of possession, just to search and to probe and to move the opposition around. But then you need to change it with them punch passes, get them into the midfield, get them wrapped into the strikers, get them wrapped into wide areas so you can get your fullback overlapping and get some balls in the box. Just need a slight tempo change from that little controlled possession that they have in the middle of the pitch.
Luna puts it in, tries to find Kotal. And referee says corner for Kerala Blasters. Apologies, it's a goal kick to Gokulam Kerala. There's the bench. You've got Bryce Miranda, who was signed from Churchill Brothers, had that very good season in the I-League for Churchill. Boy. Didn't have the best of starts to his life in the top flight of Indian football. Here's another one of those new players who's joined Gokulam Kerala this season, Alejandro Lopez, captaining the team. Nelly fails to control it. Possession back with Kerala. Here's Jackson. Finds Luna. Has two for company. Here's Jackson again. Loses the ball, does Luna. Back to Nili Padromo. Basit tries to find a player out wide right. Now Chas Singh now. Didn't get too much game time with Mumbai City FC. Hoping to do so with Kerala Blasters. Tries finding Prabir Das. Can't miss him with that hair color. Up front to Nihal. And gets a corner for Kerala Blasters.
Yeah, you just see there when Luna just drops in to try and become a little playmaker, then just creates an opportunity for one less player to get in the box. So he's busting a gut to try and get into the box when they take the quick free kick. But another opportunity for a set piece for them.
He's taken a couple of them so far in this game. We'll be hoping a Kerala Blasters player can connect it this time. Puts it in. Tries finding it. Justine comes very close. Was all alone by himself. And possibly we're hoping that he should have put it on target.
Yeah, unmarked in the box. Second chance, isn't it, in the game? You saw what happened at the other end with a free header. They're a gift, really. And as a striker, he really would have wanted to have got off the mark straight away. A free header 8 yards out. And to be disappointed not to make clean contact.
Nothing settles nerves for a new player like scoring a goal on your very first game. Kerala Blasters this time around have that ambition of signing younger players, even if that be foreign players. And Justine is one of those. Sent their scouts to tournaments in Nigeria. Emmanuel Justine was one of those players that stood out there. Have been keeping an eye on him for a long time now. I think the aim from any of these teams now is how do we drop the age of that foreign player that's coming into India. That 30 to 35 bracket, how can we bring a 27 to 28-year-old and convince him to play in Indian football?
Very much so. And develop some of the younger players as well with their experiences.
Pedromo puts in another cross. Straight into the hands of Sachin. There's Vipin. Brought down by Basit, but the referee feels otherwise. And goal kick in favor of Gokulam.
Yeah, and probably a little bit too easy. Kerala Blasters just able to get in all the way into the back line. Too easy, just Gokulam just defending, dropping too deep and deep and deep and getting picked off again. And probably looking not to get away with giving a free kick away in a dangerous position.
When you're a Kerala Blasters player, you also have to realize that you are possibly the biggest 12th man in the country. One of the biggest fan bases in the country. And a fan base that is local. A fan base that is extremely vocal as well. There were those few seasons when it wasn't going well for them on the pitch. And the fans decided to do something about it. By not coming into the stadium. By making sure that they were protesting and telling the management that this is not good enough.
Very much so. Really clear identity in what they're doing. Huge, passionate fan base. Something I was aware of during my time. But as managers have changed, and obviously an extended period with the current manager, who's obviously got his assistant managing the team today, you can see they've still got the same identity. Still more higher possession than they do without the ball. to stick to the same system and the same principles. And then, like you've said, the recruitment now will be based largely around how they play and people fitting into that system.
Ivan Vukomanovic, he's spent 2 seasons in Indian football and he's done pretty well in these two seasons. Finals of the Hero ISL in his very first season, made the playoffs last season as well. But then came that game versus Bengaluru FC in the playoffs last season of the Hero ISL. Team walked out alongside the coach. Coach was handed a 10-match suspension and thus he's not there at the ground. But I'm sure he's keeping his eyes and ears open, watching the game from wherever he can. This is that very important phase of the season where you're building up for another campaign of the Hero ISL. Sri Kutan tries getting past his defender. Finds Justine. Justine on the run now. He's gotten away from Buba. He's got space on the right flank. One player inside. Luna inside to aim for. First touch.
Yeah, difficult for Ranjan there as the centre half. Not sure whether he's able to have to hold his ground and mark Luna in the box, or whether he has to go out and affect the pressure. You can see he checks a couple of times over his shoulder and then just tries and cuts off that line.
Would have been hoping that would have been the time when Adrian Luna would have been open scoring for Kerala Blasters. His first touch leaving a lot to be desired, and thus the scoreline remains 1-0 in favour of Gokulam Kerala. Meanwhile, at the other end, Nili Pedromo, as Jackson for company, tries going past him. Instead, will settle for a corner. Water break, the first one of the game. 29 minutes gone and it's Gokulam Kerala Football Club who are 1-0 ahead courtesy of their captain Buba. His header in the box, giving them that opening goal of the game. The Manyapada out in attendance, always there in attendance whenever the Kerala Blasters are taking to the field. Vocal as ever, making sure that their team don't feel that difference of the 12th man. And this was the goal, Buba. Nili Pedromo putting in a corner, Buba getting at the end of it. No one really, 3 players around him, but just the timing of the jump much better than everyone around him, and thereby giving Gokulam Kerala that 1-goal lead.
Very similar chances, obviously different end-up results, but you saw a little bit more zonal marking and just allowed a free header for Buba into the box just to arrive. Good timing on it as well, solid contact.
That last one, possibly the best chance for Kerala Blasters to open the scoring in the Durand Cup. The ball just not falling in line with his body always moving ahead, and thereby to get that solid connection. But you'd hope for a lot better for a man like Adrian Luna. They've got a couple of foreign players in their squad as well. There's Diamantakos, who's signed from Hajduk Split last season. And there's also that new signing, Ishan Pandita, who's been signed for 2 years from Jamshedpur Football Club with the option of extending for another year at the end of that contract. So they've got goals amongst them. And coach Frank Darwin has lots of options if he is to exercise them. Pedromo puts in another ball, tries finding Buba. Still in Gokulam possession.
Yeah, and I think that water break could just come at a good time for them. Reset, maybe a little bit more purpose in the build. Maybe ramp that ball speed up to try and get through. And like we said, maybe a little bit more trying to get into wide areas quicker, as we see here.
Here's Luna. Still with Kerala. Back to Jigsan Singh. Ball given away. And Gokulam now have the chance to break. They have a real chance to break. Was very nearly through, was their captain, Alejandro Lopez. Just that second touch, taking that ball away from him, giving the opportunity for Moya to come and clear it away. And here Blasters yet again trying to find the equalizer. Patient build-up, spreading out wide to Prabir Das now. Nihal.
Good structure behind the ball again from Gokulam. It just shows the importance of the work rate, working hard behind the ball. Just probably need to decide when they are pressure on the ball. They can't keep dropping and dropping and dropping, although it prevents the space in behind. Obviously, you can see they can get around the sides much easier. And then Kerala in a position to deliver some balls in. But so far, so good for them when they don't have the ball. Out of possession game has been really obviously strong and very much worked on, you can see.
Yeah, it's working that plan. Crowding out the center, giving them space out wide. As soon as they win the ball, the likes of Nili Pedromo, Lopez, and the likes of Sri Kutan and Shihin make a dash for that Kerala goal. Here's Luna. Referee says play on. Not this time.
That's why when you saw Bassett there, as soon as the ball was lost, he just ran forward and tried to affect that ball a lot quicker, stop them playing through as quick as he could, rather than just sitting and holding and waiting.
First one, referee said play on. And this one, Luna adjudged to have been brought down. Interesting position now for Kerala Blasters. What can they do with it? No question, Aiden Luna is going to be on the ball. What sort of a delivery can we get? Seems too far away from goal to go for goal himself. Or is he? Well, it looks like he is. Luna from distance hits the target. The rebound off the woodwork. And Kerala Blasters have finally found that equalizer. That equalizer coming off the boots of Emmanuel Justin, playing his very first game for the Blasters. It took a couple of tries, but on try number 3, Emmanuel Justin has equaled this game for Kerala Blasters.
Yeah, all started with a quality of free kick. It's goalkeeper signaling there. There's a lot of wobble and swerve on the ball, and then persistence in the box. And like we said, what confidence when you join the club to get your first opportunity to get your goal, break that duck and build confidence.
But won't be happy with the way he parried that ball right into the path of the Kerala Blasters player, but Justin will take them as they come. A happy man there. He's been training with the squad for a while now. And he's put his name on the score sheet. We're 10 minutes away from the first half, and Kerala Blasters have leveled things up in this Group C game of the 132nd edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup. The Kerala derby is one apiece.
I think if you can't catch it, you just need to make sure that you somehow get it, whether it's punched or parried away from danger, away from back into the goal mouth. And then obviously the melee ensued and just able to poke that ball home.
Interesting now, if Gokulam Kerala are going to be sitting back and adopting the same tactics in these last 10 minutes of the first half. That bounce is with Kerala. They've got the momentum now. They found the goal they were looking for. It didn't come in the most beautiful of manners, but they'll take them nonetheless. Meanwhile, here's Lopez. Nili Pedromo asking for the ball, but he has 5 Kerala Blasters players near him. On to Aymin. Back to Basit. Spreads it wide to Vikas. Lays it to Nili. First touch left a lot to be desired. Ball with Kerala Blasters now. Gokulam Kerala all happy to sit back in their own half. Cut off as much space as possible for Kerala Blasters in their attack. Not really moving forward, challenging them in their own half. That's been the story for Gokulam in these first 38 minutes. Here's Prabir Das. Has space for the cross. Puts in a good cross. Away for a corner by Vikas.
Yeah, we've mentioned it a number of times now. With no pressure on the centre halves, Pritham's just able to drive and step in and then just slide the ball into a wide area to deliver. And then obviously they're already deep inside their own box. An opportunity for a set piece again.
He's been busy, Prabir Das, in this first half, as the management would have been expected from a player who's done so much in Indian football. Brings a wealth of experience to this Blasters squad. One of those players who can operate as a fullback. He can play in your midfield as well. Gives you options going in front.
I think in this structure, he just has license to get forward, doesn't he? To keep pushing high and wide. And Nihal can just force inside a little bit more and create an extra body in the middle of the pitch.
Ball put in by Luna, trying to find Jackson Singh. Bijoy there, coming inching close, but just couldn't keep his shot on target.
It's been a feature, hasn't it? Just of people evading the markers. Jackson Singh looked like he got a run on the ball, but just then missed it, and then just a ricochet. It wasn't able to get clear direction or contact on it.
Coming off the knee of Bijoy. But a chance nonetheless for Kerala Blasters. Here's Shaheen chasing the ball. What's good to see in this Gokulam side, the team that's gone on to win the 2 I-League titles as well. And ever since inception in 2017, they've backed that local player from Kerala. They want to be that one-stop shop for any emerging local talent, to give them a chance to play at the highest level. Likewise for Kerala Blasters as well. Important for young players that they have an outlet to go and showcase their skills, not get lost. You see so many players getting lost because there aren't a proper structure or there aren't too many teams in their locality or in their area. And that really is key for the federation, Andy. That how those players don't get lost going forward. How you find each and every one of those jewels in Indian football and give them that space and time to play at the highest level. Meanwhile, Gokulam on the attack.
Yeah, I think having worked in Asia as well, in Middle East countries with such a smaller population, and when I was in India, just the amount of potential, the huge potential in the people, in coaches, working with domestic coaches was absolutely superb, and seeing them, some of them go on to work in ISL clubs and I-League clubs has been great. And also the young players that have then progressed into first team football, international football as well with the national team or national youth teams. But it's been about trying to get competition. It's been about getting more games and obviously a coaching structure in place.
Meanwhile, Luna found the run of Justine. Just couldn't get enough on that. But positive signs coming in from Kerala Blasters. These last few minutes, their attack seems to have picked up a few gears.
Yeah, they've definitely stepped it up a notch, haven't they? Been a bit more purposeful to get forward a lot quicker now, punching them balls through.
And there's the man in the middle. Luna. Justine making another run. But instead, shot taken by Ayman. Nelly Padromo puts it wide for Sri Kotan. Finds Padromo again, but cleared this time by Bijoy.
And that's something I'd want to see from both sides of the wings, from Gokulam, from Shijin on the right-hand side, Sri Kutan on the left-hand side. They look like they're really direct players. They want to run at fullbacks. They want to go 1v1. They just haven't quite imposed themselves as much. They've been, you know, effective in the counter-attack through central areas, mainly through Alex, but trying to get in the wide areas as well and really get at the fullbacks.
Here's Padromo. Lopez now. Does well to get past one. And there's Sri Kotan with that header. Sri Kotan has got his second goal of the Indian Oil Durand Cup. Just when we were talking about their wide players, they've come into the game and given Gokulam Kerala their lead in the first half.
Yeah, perfect example over there. Ball on that right-hand side. You're asking your left winger, can you make the box? Can you arrive? Just so there's extra bodies, just not the one or two, trying to get the third man in the box. And you can see he arrives at the back post, he's able to deliver. You can see there, busting a gut to try and get in. And just redirect that header. He got almost leaning back, arching the back and just redirecting it into the far corner.
Good ball put in by Lopez. Assist to Alejandro Lopez. But Sri Kotan, he's made it a habit of scoring. Scored versus the Indian Air Force in the first game of the Durand Cup. And has done so versus Kerala Blasters in the Kerala Derby. 2 now, in 2 for Sri Kotan. Joined Kerala Blasters in the year 2022. Has 4 assists to his name in the I-League last season. And has made it a point to score these crucial games. Scored 2 goals in the final round of the I-League campaign when they won it in 2022. The timing of the run, the anticipation to make his move in front of that defender. And then even if the ball was away from him, making sure to direct it into goal. Full credit to young Sri Kotan, only 24 years old.
And Alex has been that bright spark, hasn't he, able to burst into the box. Most of the things have come through him. Just interesting again, you see that Luna just drops in deeper as an extra kind of centre half or quarterback almost position, just to try and get the ball. Maybe whether that's something that's been demanded of him or whether that's something that's just come out of frustration that he's not getting the service that he needs. But by dropping back in and being that extra body in defence just allows them centre halves both to go wider, and like we said, then the fullbacks on both sides. Prabir mainly just to be able to push on and get high and wide and try and affect the game a bit more. On that occasion, just didn't quite work because they got caught in possession, and then a tug back, and obviously he's given an opportunity to put himself in the referee's notebook.
Yep, handed the first yellow of the game for raising his arm, but all while trying to stop a Gokulam Kerala counter-attack. 4 minutes of added time in this first half at the Mohan Bagan ground. Group C action in front of you. Gokulam Kerala playing their second game of the campaign. Kerala Blasters playing their first game of this edition of the Durand Cup. Here's Shaheen. Plays it back to Vikas. Vikas to Nili Pedromo. Smart thinking. Puts in Lopez. Lopez is through. And looks like Lopez has got Gokulam Kerala's third goal of the game. Alejandro Lopez, his sheer persistence, his never say die attitude, making sure that Gokulam Kerala ending this first half on top.
Well, for all the possession with the ball, Kerala Blasters, they've struggled as soon as they've lost it, haven't they? Quick turnover of possession again, and it's that main man. He's been a constant threat. You see again, he's always active, always ready, and just can win that duel in the box and just poke the ball home.
He's 34 years old, but the way he moves and the way his burst of speed, the way he takes on that move against goal, you wouldn't think he's 34 years old.
Now the first few yards are in his head, aren't they? He can anticipate the game with his experience, with his game understanding. He's had, you know, a long-established career. He knows, and he read the game well where the pass was going to end up, and able to latch onto it, and then just be really strong and powerful against the centre halves and the backs at the line for the Kerala Blasters.
Hasn't been the best of starts to life as a Kerala Blasters defender for Preetham Kothal. Conceded 3 goals in the first half. 3-1 to Gokulam Kerala. It's been an entertaining game to say the least. And here's the goal scorer. Puts in Nili Pedromo. No one for company, so goes for the shot. Alejandro Lopez getting his first goal for his new club. Signed from SD Ejeya. Has played a majority of his football in Spain's Segunda Division. 74 goals in 243 games. 17 assists to his name in this career. Played for the likes of Real Zaragoza, Osasuna as well. Has been in the country for a while and he said, I'm loving my time in India. Hoping I can give something back to Indian football. Part of an influx of Spanish players, Andy, that we've been seeing have been coming into Indian football in these last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and really making a contribution, haven't they? There's been a number of them. Rather than just chopping and changing and going from club to club, players are coming in and at a good age, like you've said previously, to be able to make an impact, make a difference in the league. And for me, the reason that you have these players in is the work ethic on the pitch, but also the education and the way they're able to affect players domestically off it as well. Lifestyle, attitude, training, rest, recovery.
It was Nihal that time, trying to put the ball in. There's their new coach, Domingo Oramas, will be happy with the way his team has played in these first 45 minutes.
100%, maybe just tidying up at set pieces in terms of the structure, whether the zonal or man-to-man, but apart from that, the out-of-possession game, the structure they've had behind the ball has been great, and obviously they've been potent on that count.
Been with the club for the last 2 seasons. Four minutes of added time. Not too far away from the referee calling an end to this first half. Here's Jackson. Back to Prabir Das. He's been busy down that right flank. Good ball. Trying to find Luna and Justine in the middle. Smart thinking. Back to Justine. Tries to curl that in. Frank Darwin, what does he do now? What does he do in these 15 minutes? Does he change things around? Clearly, Gokulam Kerala have come in with a plan. How does he get one up on them? Because they're 2 goals down. And that's the way the first half has ended. Gokulam Kerala winning 3-1, leading 3-1 at the end of this first half. Goals coming in from Captain Buba, opening the scoring. Getting medical assistance right now. We hope he recovers well. That cross hitting straight on his head. And there you can see holding his head and referee thereby stopping play. Still hasn't recovered. But that'll be a happy bench irrespective. They came with a plan and that plan has really worked for them. Gokulam Kerala scoring 3, Keralablasters 1. There's a look at the stats. 7 shots for Kerala Blasters, 3 on target.
കർവ് ചെയ്ത് വെളിയിലോട്ട് പോയി. വെറും വേസ്റ്റ്. ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ അവൻ സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ കൊള്ളത്തില്ല കേട്ടോ. 100% ഞാൻ നിന്നോട് യോജിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ ഗോൾ സേവ് ചെയ്യാനാണ് നിൽക്കുന്നത്, അത് ഗോൾ കയറുന്നുണ്ടോ എന്ന് എണ്ണണമെന്ന് എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല. കൊള്ളത്തില്ല. പക്ഷേ എനിക്ക് ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടില്ല. എനിക്ക് ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടില്ല. പേഴ്സണലി പറയാം, ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടില്ല. ഡിഫൻസ് പോരാ. സീരിയസ്ലി ഈ 2-3 ഡിഫൻസ് സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്തോ ഡിഫൻസ് നിൽക്കണമെന്നൊരു ഇതില്ല. ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ ആരെന്ന് എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല. ആരെന്തോ ആരോ എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് ചോദിച്ചായിരുന്നു പ്ലേയേഴ്സ് ലിസ്റ്റ്. ഓക്കെ, ഐ വിൽ ടെൽ ബ്രോ പ്ലേയേഴ്സ് ലിസ്റ്റ്. ഗോകുലം കേരള FC പ്ലേയേഴ്സ് ലിസ്റ്റ് ഞാൻ പറയാം. ഓക്കെ, ഗോകുലം കേരള FC പ്ലേയേഴ്സ് ലിസ്റ്റ് വെയിറ്റ് കരും. അയ്യോ, ISL എന്നാ തുടങ്ങുക അറിയത്തില്ല. എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു ഒക്ടോബർ ആവാനാണ് ചാൻസ് കൂടുതൽ. ഗോകുലം കേരള FC സ്റ്റാർട്ടിംഗ് 11 TM ഐവ ടൈമ എന്തിനാന്താ പേര്, ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ എന്തിനൊക്കെ പേര്. വികാസ് ഉണ്ട്, സലാമുണ്ട്, നിലി പെഡ്രോമയുണ്ട്, ബൂബ ഉണ്ട്, അലക്സിസ് സാഞ്ചസ് ഉണ്ട്, സൗരവ് മെഹാറുണ്ട്, ബാസിത്ത് ഉണ്ട്, അഭിജിത്ത് ഉണ്ട്, ഷിജിനുണ്ട്, ശ്രീകുട്ടനുണ്ട്. ഇത്രയും പേരാണ് ഗോകുലം FC-ക്കുണ്ട്. കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് അറിയാലോ. സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ നിതിൻ, രാഹുൽ, അഖിൽ പി, ഷിൽട്ടൺ, അർജുൻ, രാഹുൽ രാജു, നൗഫൽ, സൗരവ്, നരഹോ ഹരി, പിന്നെ ആരുണ്ടായിരുന്നു, പിന്നെ ഒരു ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ ഇനിയിപ്പോൾ മാറൂല. ഓക്കെ, ഇത്രയും പേരാണ് ഉള്ളത്. സോ ഫോർ ഗോകുലം FC-ക്ക് ഡിഫൻഡേഴ്സ് മിഡ്ഫീൽഡാണ് കളിക്കുന്നത്. ശരി, കറക്റ്റാണ്. അതാണ് എനിക്കും തോന്നിയത്. ഡിഫൻഡേഴ്സ് അത്യാവശ്യം ഡിഫൻസിൽ ഇല്ല. സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ പ്രവീർ ദാസ് സത്യം പറഞ്ഞ ഒരു മിഡ്ഫീൽഡ് പോലെ കളിക്കുന്ന ഒരു പ്ലെയർ ആണ്. മിഡ്ഫീൽഡ് അറ്റാക്കിങ്ങിലോട്ട് പോകുന്ന ഒരു പ്ലെയർ ആണ്. ഇന്നത്തോടെ എടുത്ത് കളയും. ഗോൾ കീപ്പറിന്റെ അടുത്ത് എന്തായിരുന്നാലും മിക്കവാറും കളയും. നോക്കി നിൽക്കുകയാണ് ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ. എന്താണെന്ന് നോക്കാം.
This is what happened. Their captain,
Kerala Blasters വേണ്ടി
Alejandro Lopez.
കോച്ച്
And that never say die attitude resulting in the third goal for Gokulam.
കോച്ച് ആരാണ് കോച്ച്? കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് ജയിക്കോ? തൃശ്ശൂർ ആരൊക്കെ കളിക്കും മുമ്പ് കുറേ എണ്ണം ഗോൾ കീപ്പറെ കുറിച്ച് കണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോഴേ പറഞ്ഞത് AFC-യിൽ ATK-നെ 4-2.
Lots of thinking for both coaches now. What do you do in that remaining 45?
Goalkeeper.
Half-time score.
അൽ നസർ കപ്പടിച്ചു. ഞാൻ കണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ലൂണ ഫ്രീ കിക്ക് പൊളിയായിരുന്നു. ലൂണയുടെ കളി കുഴപ്പമില്ല. ലൂണയും കൊള്ളാം, ജേഴ്സി നമ്പർ 14 കൊള്ളാം. ബാക്കി കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സിന്റെ പ്ലെയേഴ്സ് എല്ലാം ആവറേജും ലോയും. ബാക്കിയൊക്കെ ആവറേജും ലോയും. എനിക്ക് ആ 14 ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടു. ജേഴ്സി നമ്പർ 14 സ്ട്രൈക്കിങ്ങിൽ നിൽക്കുന്ന പ്ലെയർ നൈസാ. ബാക്കി ശോകം. അവൻ്റെ പേരിപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞുതരാം കൈസ് ആരായിരുന്നു 11. നിഹാലാണെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. നിഹാലാണോ അമീനാണെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. ഐ മീൻ ജസ്റ്റിനാണോ 14? ആരാന്തോ 40 നിൽക്കടാ. 14 ഇവിടെ ഇതുണ്ടല്ലോ. 14 ജസ്റ്റിൻ. സോറി ഗൈസ്, ജസ്റ്റിനാണ്. ബ്രോ രാഹുൽ KP ബെഞ്ചിലാണ്. ഓക്കെടാ. സോറി, വി വിൽ ലൂസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ ബോളിൻ്റെ ബ്യൂട്ടി നോക്കുക. ഞാൻ കണ്ടു. ഒരു ഗോളടിച്ച 3 ഗോളും അവൻ തടയാൻ പോലും നോക്കിയില്ല. ആരാ ഫ്രീ ഫയർ കളിക്കുന്നത് അവിടെ? അനിയൻ. നമ്മളിന്ന് മോശമാണ് ഗോകുലം FC-യുടെ കൂടെ തോക്കുന്നത്. യെസ് നമുക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും പിള്ളേ? നമുക്കിവിടെ ഇരുന്ന് പറയാനല്ലേ പറ്റൂ. കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് കമോൺ ഇന്ത്യ. ഇത് കോച്ച് ഇയാളെ എന്തിനാണ്ടാ നല്ല പ്ലേയേഴ്സൊക്കെ സീരിയസ്ലി ഇവർ കുറേയൊക്കെ മണ്ടത്തനം കാണിക്കട്ടെ. എനിക്കിപ്പം സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്ത് ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ കേരളം ബെസ്റ്റ് സ്ക്വാഡുമായിട്ട് കളിക്കണം. ഓക്കെ, ബെസ്റ്റ് സ്ക്വാഡുമായിട്ട് കളിക്കണം. ജസ്റ്റിനാണ് ഗോൾ അടിച്ചത്. ബെസ്റ്റ് സ്ക്വാഡ്, അതായത് കളിക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഏറ്റവും നല്ല സ്ക്വാഡുമായിട്ട് കളിച്ച് ഒന്ന് ഫുള്ള് സെറ്റാക്കണം. ടീം ഒന്ന് സെറ്റാക്കി വെക്കണം. മെയിൻ സ്ക്വാഡ് ഒന്ന് സെറ്റാക്കി വെക്കണം. ഇതിവർ ഒന്നും ചെയ്യത്തുമില്ല. എന്നിട്ട് വായുമ്പോഴൊന്ന് ISL ചെന്ന് തോക്കുകയും ചെയ്യും. ഡുറാഡ് കപ്പ് ഇറ്റ്സ് ലൈക്ക് ഒരു ട്രയൽ മാച്ച് പോലെ. ഇത്രയും മാച്ച് കളിച്ച് 3 മാച്ചായിരുന്നാലും കളിച്ച് ഒന്ന് സെറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ കുഴപ്പമില്ലായിരുന്നു. ഇതിപ്പോൾ ഏതോ അണ്ടനും അടകോടനും ഒക്കെ വെച്ച് കളിപ്പിച്ച് അവസാനം ഏവൻ കളിക്കണമെന്ന് പോലും പിന്നീട് മനസ്സിലാവത്തില്ല. ആദ്യത്തെ ഒരു 5-6 മാച്ച് ഒരു കളിയൊന്നും സെറ്റാവത്തില്ല. ഡിമിട്രി ബെഞ്ചിൽ, രാഹുൽ ബെഞ്ചിൽ. ഡിമിട്രി എന്തായിരുന്നാലും ഇതിലില്ല ബ്രോ. ഡിമിട്രി കളി എന്താ സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷനിലില്ല ബ്രോ. ചുമ്മാ വന്നിരിക്കണായിരിക്കും, സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷനില്ല. പിന്നെ സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷനിൽ കരൺജിത്ത് ഉണ്ട്, ഹോർമിപ്പോൺ ഉണ്ട്, ഷഫീഖ് ഉണ്ട്, സന്ദീപ് ഉണ്ട്, വിപിനുണ്ട്, ഡാനിഷ് ഉണ്ട്, സൗരവ് ഉണ്ട്, രാഹുലുണ്ട്, ബ്രൈസ് ഉണ്ട്, ബിഡ് യാഷ്കർ ഉണ്ട്. ഇത്രയും തന്നെ. ഗോകുലം 80K AFCയിൽ ഊക്കിയതാ. അത് മറന്ന ആണോ അങ്ങോട്ട് ചെന്ന് കയറിയത്? കഴിഞ്ഞ വർഷം ഇതുപോലെ ആയിരുന്നു ബ്രോ. നോക്കട്ടെ, ഒരു റിസർവിന് കളി കൊടുക്കുക. ഓക്കെ, FF റെഡീം കോഡ് 10 ഓർഡർ. സച്ചിൻ സുരേഷ് വേസ്റ്റ് 100%. വേറെ ലെസ്കോവിച്ച് എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല ബ്രോ. ലെസ്കോവിച്ച് ഡിമിട്രി ആണോ ലെസ്കോവിച്ച് ആണോ മാച്ച് ഫിറ്റ് അല്ലെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. വെള്ളം അടിക്കാൻ പോകത്തോണ്ടായിരിക്കും ഫിറ്റ് ആവാത്ത. മാച്ച് ഫിറ്റ് അല്ലെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു, എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല. വുമൻസ് വേൾഡ് കപ്പ് കാണാറുണ്ടോ? ഇല്ല, ഇനി കാണണം. ഞാൻ ഏതോ ഒരു കളി കണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഇല്ല, കളിയൊന്നും കണ്ടില്ല. ഇനി കാണണം. ഇനിയിപ്പം സെമി ഫൈനൽ മാത്രമല്ലേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഞാൻ കാണും, ഇനി കാണും. ഇനി 3 മാച്ചും കൂടെ ഉള്ളൂ, അത് കാണും. നാളെ തൊട്ടിരുന്ന് കാണും ഇത് വേൾഡ് കപ്പ്. ഫൈനൽ 20-ാം തീയതി ഉച്ചയ്ക്ക് 3:30-ക്കാണെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. വേറെ സിഷാൻ ആർക്കറിയാം. ഞാൻ ഡുറാഡ് കപ്പ് അങ്ങനെ ഇത് ചെയ്യാറില്ല ബ്രോ. ഞാൻ വെച്ച് ഹു ഈസ് ബെസ്റ്റ്, പ്രബീർ ഓർ പ്രീതം? രണ്ടുപേരും നൈസാണ് ബ്രോ. ഫോൺ നമ്പറോ? അറേ ബായ്. ഇൻസ്റ്റാഗ്രാം കോൺടാക്ട് കറോ ബായ്. ഗൈസ് എല്ലാവരും വോട്ട് ആര് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ നോക്കട്ടെ. ഇനി വെറും 5 വോട്ട് മാത്രം മതി. ഇനി വെറും 2 വോട്ട്. 4000 വോട്ടടിക്കൂ. വോട്ട്. രണ്ടാമത്തെ ഹാഫ് ബ്ലാസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത് നമ്മുടെ അവസ്ഥ ഫുൾ മുഞ്ചില്ല. അത് ശരിയാ. ജസ്റ്റിൻ കൊള്ളാം. 100% ഞാൻ യോജിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. സെലക്ഷൻ കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സിൻ്റെ ഒരു ബെസ്റ്റ് സെലക്ഷൻ ജസ്റ്റിനാണ്. ജസ്റ്റിൻ ഏത് രാജ്യക്കാരനാണെന്നോ എനിക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞൂടാ ഗൈസ്. ജസ്റ്റിൻ ഏത് രാജ്യക്കാരനാണ്? ഇന്ത്യ ആണോ? ഇന്ത്യ അല്ലെന്നാണ് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത്. അവനെ കണ്ടിട്ട് ഇന്ത്യ പോലെ തോന്നുന്നില്ല. ലൈക്ക് ഐ തിങ്ക് ലൈക്ക് നൈജീരിയ, സെനഗൽ. ഇൻസ്റ്റാഗ്രാം ലിങ്ക് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ആത്മവിശ്വാസം കൈവിടരുത്, നമ്മൾ ജയിക്കും. പിന്നെ ഡുറാഡ് കപ്പല്ലേ യായ. മെസ്സി അമേരിക്കയിൽ ആടുകയാണ് യായ. നൈജീരിയ. ഓക്കെ തോന്നി. നൈസ് പ്ലെയറാണ്, നൈസ് പ്ലെയർ. ജസ്റ്റിൻ നൈസ്. ജസ്റ്റിനും ഡിമിയും കോംബോ നൈസ് ആവാൻ ചാൻസ് ഉണ്ട് കേട്ടോ. ജസ്റ്റിനും നൈജീരിയ. ഓക്കെ. ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ മാറ്റിയാൽ മതി. ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ മാറ്റേണ്ട ടൈമായി. ഓക്കെ, ജസ്റ്റിൻ നൈസ് പ്ലേയിങ് ആണ്. കാരണം ജസ്റ്റിൻ അങ്ങനെ കളിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് മാത്രമാണ് ആ ഗോളെങ്കിലും കിട്ടിയത് സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതുമില്ല. 3-0 നിൽക്കുമായിരുന്നു. ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ ഫെയിൽ. പരാജയമിക്കലിൻ്റെ ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ. ഹീസ് 20 years old. നല്ല കളിയാണ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മളെ ഓഫ് ബെച്ചൊക്കെ കളിക്കുമല്ലോ. ഡിമിട്രി ഉണ്ടോ? സോറി, ഡിമിട്രി ഇല്ല. മെസ്സി ഫാൻ ഉണ്ടോ? ബ്രോ. ഓക്കെ, വി നീഡ് പ്രസൻസ് ഓഫ് ഗില്ലൊക്കെ ഏതോ ക്ലബിന് വേണ്ടി കളിക്കാൻ പോയി. ഗില്ലൊക്കെ പോയി ബ്രോ. ഇപ്പോൾ കരൺജിത്താണ് മെയിൻ ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ. കരൺജിത്ത് ഐ തിങ്ക് പണ്ട് ചെന്നൈയിനൊക്കെ വേണ്ടി നിന്ന ഒരു പ്ലെയറാണെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. ചെന്നൈ ഏതൊക്കെ ടീമിനൊക്കെ ചെന്നൈക്ക് നിന്നിട്ടുണ്ടെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. ഡുറാഡ് കപ്പല്ലേ? ഇഷാൻ കളിക്കുമല്ലോ. ഇഷാനൊന്നുമില്ല ബ്രോ. ഇഷാനില്ല, 11-ലില്ല. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു കാര്യം ഉറപ്പായി, ഇന്ന് കേരളം ജയിക്കും ബ്രോ. ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ മൂഞ്ചല. ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ ശോകം സീരിയസ്ലി. മാസ്റ്റർ എന്താ ബ്രോ? സെക്കൻഡ് ഹാഫ് തുടങ്ങിയോ ബ്രോ? ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ ബ്രോ. മാസ്റ്റർ ബ്രോ. എൻ്റെ പൊന്ന് ബ്രോ, എനിക്ക് നിൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് ഒന്നും പറയാനില്ല ബ്രോ. നിനക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും പറയണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ലൈക്ക് ഒറ്റ തന്തയ്ക്ക് പറഞ്ഞവനാണെങ്കിൽ എൻ്റെ ഇൻസ്റ്റാഗ്രാമിൽ എൻ്റെ ഫോൺ നമ്പർ എടുക്കും. അങ്ങനെ വല്ലതും ചെയ്യും. അല്ലാതെ ഏതോ കാട്ടുവാക്കിലിരുന്നിട്ട് ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്ത് വിടുന്നു ബ്രോ. ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഇതേപോലെ നല്ല കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യാം. അല്ലാതെ ഏതോ കാട്ടുവാക്കിയിരുന്നിട്ട് ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ എനിക്കും പറ്റും ബ്രോ. വേറെ ചാനലിൽ ചെന്നിട്ട് ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഏത് പൊട്ടനും പറ്റും. ഏത് തലയ്ക്ക് ഇത്തിരി ബോധമില്ലാത്തവനും പറ്റും. സോ വല്ലതും ചെയ്യാനുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നേരിട്ട് പോകാം. അതാണ് ആണത്വം. അല്ലാതെ ഏതോ 1-ലോ 2-ലോ പഠിക്കണം അവിടെ കിടന്നിട്ട് ഉണ്ടാകാൻ. നൈജീരിയ തോന്നുന്നു ബ്രോ. ജസ്റ്റിൻ എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല. ഉമ്മര് പറയുന്നത് നൈജീരിയ എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല. നൈജീരിയ ആണെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നുണ്ട്. ബ്രോ കേരളം ജയിക്കുമെന്ന് തോന്നിയാൽ സംശയമില്ല. ഇല്ലടാ, ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ നടത്തണം. കുറച്ച് പ്ലേയേഴ്സിനെ മാറ്റണം. ഹോർമിപ്പോൺ വരണം. പിന്നെ അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ കരൺജിത്തിലോട്ട് മാറ്റണം. രാഹുൽ ഇറങ്ങണം. പിന്നെ ബ്രൈസ് ഇറങ്ങണം. ബ്രൈസ് ഇറങ്ങണം. പിന്നെ സന്ദീപിനെ ഇറക്കണം. സോ ഇത്രയും മാറ്റിയാൽ മതി. സോ ഇതിൽ നിന്ന് വേസ്റ്റുള്ള കുറേ കളയണം. ഓക്കെ, ഇത്രയാണ് എൻ്റെ പ്രൊഡിക്ഷൻ ബ്രോ. എന്നെ 400 5 സബ് സെറ്റ് ചെയ്യാം. ലാറ ഇല്ലേ? ബ്രെയിൻ ലാറയോ? അതേതിലാറാ എനിക്കറിഞ്ഞൂടാ സീരിയസ്ലി. ഞാൻ അപ്ഡേറ്റ് അല്ലടാ സീരിയസ്ലി, എനിക്കറിഞ്ഞൂടാ. ആരൊരു കണ്ണാ പേര് എടാ. ഞാൻ അപ്ഡേറ്റ് അല്ല, ഞാൻ കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് ഫുള്ള് അപ്ഡേറ്റ് ഒന്നുമല്ല. ഞാൻ ഒരു സ്ക്വാഡ് ഞാൻ നോക്കി വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. എൻ്റെ സ്ക്വാഡ് ഞാൻ കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സിൻ്റെ പറഞ്ഞു തരായിരുന്നു. പ്രീതം കോട്ടാൽ, ഹോർമിപ്പോൺ, ലെസ്കോവിച്ച്, പ്രബീർ ദാസ് ബാക്ക്. മിഡ്ഫീൽഡ് ജീക്സൺ സിംഗ്, ബ്രൈസ് കുഴപ്പമില്ല, ലൂണ. പിന്നെ അറ്റാക്കിങ് ഡിമിട്രി, രാഹുൽ, പിന്നെ ഏതോ ഒരു പുതിയൊരു ഫോറിൻ പ്ലെയർ വന്ന, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അമീൻ അല്ല ജസ്റ്റിൻ സോറി അമീൻ അല്ല ജസ്റ്റിൻ. ഇതാണ് ഒരു പ്ലാനിങ്ങിൽ ഇട്ടിട്ടുള്ളത്. സോ എനിക്ക് അറിയത്തില്ല എന്തരാവുന്നു ഗൈസ്. ഹാഫ് ടൈം ആയിട്ടില്ല കേട്ടോ. ഹാഫ് ടൈം നിൽക്കുക. എന്താ കുറേ നേരം ആയില്ലടാ, ഹാഫ് ടൈം തുടങ്ങിയില്ല. ഓക്കെ, ആരാ ഗോൾ അടിച്ച ജസ്റ്റിനാണ് ബ്രോ. ഓക്കെ തുടങ്ങിയോ? ഇല്ല ബ്രോ, ഇല്ല. വേറെ സെക്കൻഡ് ഹാഫ് ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ ലാറ ശർമ്മ, ന്യൂ സൈനിങ് ആണ്. കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് ഇട്ടിരിക്കുന്നു വർക്ക് ടു ഡു ഇൻ സെക്കൻഡ് ഹാഫ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് ഒരു പോസ്റ്റ് ഇട്ടിരിക്കുന്നു. കണ്ട ഇൻസ്റ്റാഗ്രാം കോമഡി ചെയ്യുന്ന കേട്ടോ കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ്. അയ്യോ ചിരി കാരണം. സച്ചിൻ വേസ്റ്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നുണ്ട് ബ്ലോക്ക്. ഒന്ന് മൈൻഡ് ഇറ്റ്സ് മീ MGYT ഹൈ ബ്രോ. തലപതി എരിച്ച് ഹൈ ബ്രോ. എപ്പോൾ തുടങ്ങും നോക്കട്ടെ എടാ, ഒരു മിനിറ്റ് എടാ, ഒരു സെക്കൻഡ് കൈസ്, ഒരു സെക്കൻഡ് ആയിട്ട് ഞാൻ നോക്കട്ടെ. തുടങ്ങാറായാലേ എനിക്കറിയാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. എപ്പോൾ തുടങ്ങുമെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചാൽ എനിക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞുകൂടാ. തുടങ്ങാറായോ നോക്കട്ടെ. ഇല്ലടാ തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറയാം കേട്ടോ. തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറയാം. ഓക്കെ തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ പറയാം. ഐ ക്രൈഡ് ബ്രോ. നെയ്മർ ബ്രസീൽ PSG ബ്രോ. PSG നിന്ന് നെയ്മർ മാറാൻ പോകണം. എല്ലാവരും കൂടെ കീപ്പറിന് തൂക്കിയാൽ സെറ്റായി. മാൻ ഓഫ് ദി മാച്ച് ഈക്വൽ ടു സാഞ്ചസ്. അവന്മാരെ ക്യാപ്റ്റൻ അവിടെ സാഞ്ചസ്. സാഞ്ചസ് യാ അവന്മാരെ ക്യാപ്റ്റൻ. 3:45 3 മണിയായോ? 3 മണിയായല്ലേ? സമയം പോണതറിഞ്ഞില്ല. ലൂണ സെറ്റ് ആയിട്ടില്ല, അതാ പ്രശ്നം. സെറ്റാവാൻ നല്ല പ്ലെയേഴ്സുമായിട്ട് ഒരു കോംബോ നടത്തിയാലേ പൊട്ടി ബ്രോ. പാസിങ് പോരാ ഗൈസ്. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ നടക്കണം ബ്രോ. അൽവാരോ ഇപ്പോൾ ഏത് ടീമിലാണ്? അൽവാരോ വാസ്കസൊക്കെ ഏതാ ടീമാണെന്നോ എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല. ഞാൻ ISL വരുമ്പം ഞാൻ എല്ലാം ടീമിൻ്റെ പ്ലെയേഴ്സിനെ പറ്റി പഠിച്ച് അതിനെപ്പറ്റിയുള്ള കിടിലോട്ട് ഞാൻ ലൈവ് ഇടാം. എനിക്ക് പിന്നെ ഇത് ഇപ്പം തീരുമല്ലോടാ. കുറച്ച് മാച്ചസേ ഉള്ളൂ ഈ ഡുറാഡ് കപ്പ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ്. ഞാൻ വെറുതെ ഇരുന്ന് എല്ലാവരെയും പേരും നോക്കി കളി നോക്കി പാട്. സഹൽ മിസ്സായെന്ന് പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. സഹലിനെ മിസ് ചെയ്തതാണ് സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ. ഒരു ഇന്ത്യൻ പ്ലെയർ ഉള്ളത് നല്ലത് തന്നെയായിരുന്നു. ഒരു മിഡും അറ്റാക്കിംഗ് ആയിട്ട് കളിക്കും. ഇന്ത്യൻ പ്ലെയേഴ്സ് നമ്മൾ മാക്സിമം വെച്ചിരിക്കണം, നല്ല പ്ലെയേഴ്സിന്. കളി തുടങ്ങട്ടെ ബ്രോ. ലിങ്ക് കളി തുടങ്ങട്ടെ അണ്ണാച്ചി. ഗൈസ് 1-3 ഹാഫ് ടൈം ആണ് ഗൈസ്. ബാഡ് കോച്ച് ബ്രോ. എന്താണ് പ്രൊഡിക്ഷൻ? തിരിച്ചു വരും. വലിയ പാടൊന്നുമില്ലടേ. വലിയ കളി ഗോള് ഇത് എന്തൊരു അവരെ ഡിഫെൻസും അത്ര വലിയ പെർഫെക്റ്റ് എന്നൊന്നും പറയാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല. സ്റ്റിൽ നല്ല ഡിഫെൻസാണ് അവരുടെ. പക്ഷേ അവരുടെ ഡിഫെൻസും കളി തുടങ്ങിയില്ല ബ്രോ. തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറയാം ബ്രോ. ലിങ്ക് തരാം ബ്രോ. ലിങ്ക് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയാമല്ലോ. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഹിസ്റ്ററി പോയിട്ട് നേരത്തെ ലിങ്ക് എടുത്ത് നോക്കിയാൽ ഡെമി ലോണ കോംബോ വന്ന ഗോൾ കളി തുടങ്ങി.
continues to do a bit of the same of what he did in those first 45. And the second half is underway. Gokulam Kerala
guys കളി തുടങ്ങിയിട്ടുണ്ട്.
3-1 lead in a 45 that went their way and would be hoping that they continue the next 45.
Okay guys, ഞാൻ ലിങ്ക് തരാം. ഓക്കേ എടാ എല്ലാവരും വോട്ട് ചെയ്യുക ഗൈസ്. ഓക്കെ എല്ലാവരും വോട്ട് ചെയ്യുക ഗൈസ്. ലിങ്ക് കേട്ടോ. സെക്കൻഡ് ഹാഫ് ബ്രോ ലിങ്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ 4300 വോട്ട് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ലൂണ പൊളി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 3-3 ആവുമെന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നോക്കാം ഗൈസ്. ലിങ്ക് ഇടാൻ പോകുന്നുണ്ട്. ഒരു 3 വട്ടം ഇടും. സോ ലിങ്ക് ഇട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട് ഗൈസ്. ഓക്കെ പോയി സഹല മിസ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ ഗൈസ് ലിങ്ക് ഇട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. സോ ഞാൻ കളിയുടെ കമന്റിലോട്ട് ലിങ്ക് ഇട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. സോ World Cup final പോലെ
a little bit higher, 10 meters higher or so, just to stop the balls getting into the box like we've seen on this occasion.
ഒരു comeback വരുമോ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 3-3 ആവുമെന്ന് പറയുന്നത്.
Keralablasters, it just has to be. They've got 66% of the ball. There's got to be more purpose, more tempo, more speed with that possession. just to get in behind, in between the lines of a really well-structured, organised Gokulam side.
Equalized in that first half, courtesy but then conceded 2 quick goals from Shrikotan and Alejandro Lopez, captain of Gokulam Kerala, and here he is again on the break, looking to add a fourth. Nili Padromo goes for the shot. It's a good shot! You couldn't have asked for a better start to that second half for Gokulam Kerala. And it's come off the boots of Azhar. Abhijit, number 42 of Gokulam Kerala. How about that for a goal?
Yeah, all over the place at 6s and 7s at the back again when they turn it over. And just that cleverness just from Alex, just to be able to read the game, when to slide the pass in. No, do I bring it back? Do I wait? Is there anybody on the edge? And then what a strike, pure, straight into the inside netting. Absolutely no chance for the goalkeeper. What a lovely strike.
Any sweeter. It's possibly his first touch of this second half. And Abhijit K has just given them another goal. 4-1 to Gokulam Kerala. Part of the Gokulam Kerala 2 side in 2019, then joined the senior team in 2019. Part of the team that won the I-League in 2022. 26-year-old Abhijit K has put his hand up.
Box to box midfielder, he broke from defending a little bit deeper.
ഒരാളാണ് ഡിഫൻസിൽ നിൽക്കുന്നത്, ബാക്കി എല്ലാവരും എനിക്ക് ഗോൾ അടിക്കണം, എനിക്ക് ഗോൾ അടിക്കണം, എനിക്ക് ഗോൾ അടിക്കണം. എനിക്ക് പ്രവീർ ദാസിനെയാണ് കോമഡി പറഞ്ഞത്. അവ എങ്ങോട്ട് ഓടണേന്ന് അവന് തന്നെ അറിഞ്ഞോളൂ. സത്യം എനിക്ക് ഗോൾ അടിക്കണമെന്ന് അറിയാം. കളി ഇത് പറഞ്ഞ് കളിപ്പിക്കാനുള്ള കളിയാണ് കേട്ടോ. പ്രവീർ ദാസൊക്കെ ഇങ്ങനെ കളിച്ചാൽ ISL വീണ്ടും തോക്കും നമ്മൾ. ഇപ്പോഴാണ് അവൻ ഡിഫൻസിൽ നിൽക്കുന്നത്, ഇപ്പോഴാണ് സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഡിഫൻസിൽ നിൽക്കുന്നത് പ്രവീർ ദാസ്. ഇപ്പം ഒരു ഓക്കെ, ഇപ്പം പ്രോപ്പർ ഡിഫൻസിങ്, പ്രവീർ ദാസിൻ്റെ പ്രോപ്പർ ഡിഫൻസ് ഇപ്പോഴാണ് കണ്ടത്. ഓക്കെ, ഒരു കിഡിലൻ ഡിഫൻസ്. ഓക്കെ, ഡിഫൻസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു പ്രോപ്പറായിട്ടൊരു ബോൾ എടുത്തത് ഇപ്പോഴാണ്. ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ, ഒരു ഫുട്ബോൾ കളിക്കാനുള്ള സ്ഥലമുണ്ട് ഡിഫൻസിൽ. കളി കണ്ടിട്ട് കാര്യമില്ല, കളി മിക്കവാറും തോക്കുന്നതാണ്. പോപ്പായി എടാ കിടിലൻ ത്രോ, എൻ്റെ പൊന്നെ സൂപ്പർ ബോൾ ഇൻസൈഡ് ബോക്സിലിട്ട്, എന്നിട്ട് ഒരു കെണ്ട കളിവില്ല. അറ്റാക്കിങ്ങിൽ ആരും ഇല്ല ഇവിടെ. അറ്റാക്കിങ്ങിൽ എല്ലാവരും ഡിഫൻസീവ് വരും, ഡിഫൻസിൽ എല്ലാവരും അറ്റാക്കിങ്ങിൽ പോകും. ഓക്കെ, അവന്മാർ ഭയങ്കര ടൈം വേസ്റ്റ് ആക്കുന്ന കേട്ടോ. അവിടെ കിടക്കട്ട് ഷൊണ്ണാപ്പിത്തലേ. ലിയോ ബൈ ഹായ്, ISL മിക്കവാറും ഇങ്ങനെ പോകണമെങ്കിൽ നല്ല വൃത്തി കളിക്കാൻ ആളുണ്ട്. അവിടെ നല്ല ക്രോസ് ഇട്ടാ, ജസ്റ്റിനെ കോൺസെൻട്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കളി. ബോൾ മറ്റവൻ്റെ കാലിലടിച്ചിട്ട് എടുത്തിട്ട് അപ്പുറത്ത് കിടന്ന് ചാടുന്നു. ഇത് ആരുടെ ഇത്? എന്തൊക്കെ കാണിക്കുന്നതെന്തോ ഇന്നത്തെ കളി. ഇന്ന് എന്താ അറ്റാക്കേഴ്സ് ഡിഫൻസ് ആവും. ഓ എടാ നീ കളി നോക്കടാ, എല്ലാ അറ്റാക്കേഴ്സും ഡിഫൻസ്, ഡിഫൻഡേഴ്സ് എല്ലാം അറ്റാക്ക്. പ്രവീർ ദാസാണ് ത്രോ എടുക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞത്. ഈ പ്രവീർ ദാസ് വെറും ഷോകം കേട്ടോ. അവൻ ഡിഫൻസിൽ നിന്ന് കളിച്ചിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ ഇപ്പം 2 ഗോള് കയറത്തില്ലായിരുന്നു, 2-1 ആവുമായിരുന്നു. ഡിഫൻഡേഴ്സ് പ്രോപ്പറായിട്ട് നിന്നിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ ഇപ്പോൾ 2 ഗോൾ അത്രേ പോകത്തുള്ളൂ. അതും പോകുന്നതിന് ഡൗട്ടാണ്. ഗോൾ കീപ്പർ പിന്നെ പറയേണ്ട കാര്യമില്ല. സ്റ്റിൽ ഡിഫൻഡേഴ്സ് ഡിഫെൻഡ് നിന്ന് കളിക്കേണ്ടതാണ്. ഇവരെന്തിനാ പിന്നെ സ്ട്രൈക്കിലോട്ട് ഓടേണ്ടത് കിടന്ന്? യഗിമാരെ പിടിച്ച് സ്ട്രൈക്ക് ചെയ്തിട്ട് ആ സ്ട്രൈക്കർമാരെ പിടിച്ച് ഡിഫൻസ് ചെയ്യണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഡിഫൻസ് ആരും ഇല്ല അവിടെ നല്ല വൃത്തിയാണ്. പ്രവീർദാസും പ്രീതം കോട്ടലും വന്ന സമയം കൊള്ളാം. ആടി മൂഞ്ചലി. അപ്പം ഞാൻ പൊട്ടനാ. കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് എൻ്റെ ലിങ്ക്, എടാ നിൻ്റെ ലിങ്ക് ക്ലാരിറ്റി എങ്ങനെയുണ്ട് നോക്കട്ടെ. നിൻ്റെ ലിങ്ക് ക്ലാരിറ്റി നോക്കട്ടെ. കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് ക്ലാരിറ്റി ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ ലിങ്ക് ഇപ്പോൾ പ്രൊവൈഡ് ചെയ്യത്തില്ല, കാരണം ക്ലാരിറ്റി ഉള്ള ലിങ്ക് ഉണ്ട് ഷൊണ്ണാപ്പി.
Supporters have come in and put his
ഓ നീ
name
സോണി
forward,
ലൈവ് ചെയ്യുന്ന
as
ഓടുന്നത്
did
പക്ഷേ
Deepak Kotal, who's
നീ
joined the
സോണി
Blasters this season
നീ
from
സോണി
Kbfc.
ലൈവിൽ നിന്ന് എന്നെ കളി പഠിച്ച് ഇതെടുത്താടെ
Neely Pedro
എൻ്റെ
no.
പൊന്ന് തലയാ
Back to Sri
സ്റ്റക്കാവണോ
Kutan. Got the second goal. This time a long range
എടാ കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് നിന്റെ ലൈവ് ഉണ്ടല്ലോ അത് ഫുള്ള് ലാഗ്
of Sachin.
It just showed again a bit of quality on that initial moment. As soon as
ഭയങ്കര ലാഗടാ കേരള. ഞാൻ ഒരു വട്ടം ലിങ്ക് ഇടാൻ വേണമെങ്കിൽ നിന്റെ ഭയങ്കര ലാഗ് അടിക്കും.
Gokulam, they were able to get into
നീ
the
എൻ്റെ
final
ലൈവ്
third
കാണുമ്പോൾ
quick
ക്ലാരിറ്റി
and then
കുറച്ചിട്ടേ
take a
കാണും.
shot from
ഭയങ്കര
distance.
ലാഗാണ്.
Maybe need to be a bit more composed there, but why not?
ഓക്കെ ഗൈസ്, കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് ഇന്ന് 10 ഗോളിന് പുറകിലാവാൻ ചാൻസ് ഉണ്ട്.
Here's
Bro.
Gokulam again. Looking to add a fifth
defense
to that target.
ഡിഫൻസ് കൊള്ളത്തില്ല ഗൈസ്, ഡിഫൻസിന്റെ കുറച്ച് പ്രോബ്ലം ഉണ്ട് കേട്ടോ.
Lopez. This time unable to keep the box.
ഓ വീണ്ടും ഗോൾ അടിക്കാനുള്ള ചാൻസ് ആണ്. സാഞ്ചസ് ഏർലി ലോങ് ഷോട്ട് നോക്കാണ്. അവർക്ക് എടാ അവന് ഒരു കൈ ഇല്ല കേട്ടോ, ഒരു കൈപ്പത്തി ഇല്ല കേട്ടോ ഗൈസ്. സാഞ്ചസിനുണ്ടല്ലോ ഒരു കൈപ്പത്തി ഇല്ല. അവരുടെ ക്യാപ്റ്റൻ ഒരു കൈപ്പത്തി ഇല്ലാതെയാണ് അവർ കളിക്കുന്നത്. കളിക്കുന്നതല്ല, അവന് ഒരു കൈപ്പത്തി ഇല്ല. അത് നല്ല പ്ലെയർ ആണ് ഗൈസ്, നല്ലൊരു പ്ലെയർ ആണ്. സോ ഓ അവന് ഓപ്പൺ ചാൻസ് ആണ് കിട്ടിയത്. സഞ്ജസിന് ഒരു ഓപ്പൺ ചാൻസ് ആണ് കിട്ടിയത്, എന്നിട്ട് അവൻ ഗോൾ അടിക്കാത്തത് ഭാഗ്യം. ഭാഗ്യം ഗോൾ അടിക്കാത്ത. സമനില പിടിച്ചതേ ഓർമ്മയുള്ളൂ. അയ്യോ അയ്യോ ഓർമ്മിപ്പിക്കല്ലേ ഓർമ്മിപ്പിക്കല്ലേ ഓർമ്മിപ്പിക്കല്ലേ.
One of them is on the field right now. 2019 edition winners Gokulam Kerala.
ഓക്കെ, സച്ചിൻ വെച്ചോണ്ട് ISL കളിക്കാൻ പോകല്ലേ, പഴയതുപോലെ 10ാം സ്ഥാനത്ത് കിടക്കാം. ബ്രോ ലൈവിൻ്റെ ലിങ്ക് എടാ 55ാമത്തെ മിനിറ്റിൽ ഞാൻ തരാം. ഓക്കെ 55ാമത്തെ മിനിറ്റിൽ. ഓക്കെ ലിങ്കിന് എന്തെങ്കിലും ഇഷ്യൂ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ അടുത്ത വേറെ ലിങ്ക് തരാം. ഓക്കെ ലിയോ ബോയ് ഹായ്, വെൽക്കം ടു സ്ട്രീം ലിയോ ബോയ് ബ്രോ. ഓക്കെ
Keralablasters management has said they are actively looking for new
ഓക്കെ
foreign or
ഗൈസ്, അപ്പം ഇപ്പോൾ ഗോൾ 4-1 പിറകിലാണ് കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ്. ഇനി തിരിച്ച് 3 ഗോൾ അടിക്കുമെന്നാണ് ഡൗട്ട്. 3 ഗോൾ അടിക്കുമോ ഇല്ലയോ നോക്കാം. ഇപ്പോൾ സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ പ്രവീർ ദാസ് ബാക്കിൽ നിന്നാണ് കളിക്കുന്നത്. ഇപ്പോഴാണ് കുറച്ച് ബാക്കിലൊക്കെ നിൽക്കുന്നത് പ്രവീർ ദാസ്. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഓടും ഫ്രണ്ടിൽ എനിക്ക് ഗോൾ അടിക്കണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. ഓക്കെ ഒരു ഇൻസൈഡ് ബോക്സ് നൈസ്. ഓക്കെ ഒരു ഗോൾ അടിക്കാൻ ചാൻസ് ഉണ്ട്. ഗോൾ 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 കേരള ഗോൾ. രണ്ടാമത്തെ ഗോൾ ബൈ കേരള. ഓക്കെ ഗോൾ. അഭിഷേകേ നിന്റെ തന്തയല്ല ഞാൻ. ഓക്കെ മനസ്സിലായി, നിനക്കെല്ലാം മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. സോ എൻ്റെ ചാനൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല, നീ എൻ്റെ മോനുമല്ല. സോ ബ്രോ ബഫറിംഗ് ഉണ്ട്. ലൈവ് മാച്ച് എന്ന് പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. പ്രവീർ ദാസ് അടിച്ചു ഗോൾ. ഓ പ്രവീർ ദാസ് ആണോ ഗോൾ അടിച്ചത്? സത്യം പ്രവീർ ദാസിനെ സ്ട്രൈക്കർ ആക്കിയതായിരുന്നു. എന്റെ പുല്ല് പ്രവീർ ദാസ് ആരാ? ഡിഫൻഡർ കിങ്. ഇത് പ്രവീർ ദാസ് കളഞ്ഞൊരു മിസ് ഗോൾ എന്ന് വേണമെങ്കിൽ പറയാം. ആ ഞാൻ ഓ എൻ്റെ മോനാണോ നീ അഭിഷേക്? എൻ്റെ മോനാണോ അഭിഷേക്? ഓക്കെടാ അഭിഷേക്. ഓക്കെ തന്നെയാടാ കളി. ഹൈഡ് ഫ്രം ദിസ് ചാനൽ. എൻ്റെ അച്ഛൻ പോയി ഊണ്ടിക്കൊടുക്കും. അഭിഷേക് ഇനി പോയി ഞാൻ ഒന്നും പറയല്ല ഗൈസ്. ഞാൻ പ്രവീർ നിന്നത് വെറുതെ ഇല്ല, പിന്നെ അല്ല. പക്ഷെ ഡിഫൻഡർ രീതിയിൽ കളിക്കണം ബ്രോ, എങ്കിലേ കളി കാര്യമുള്ളൂ. അല്ലാതെ ലിങ്ക് ഉണ്ടോ ബ്രോ? ലിങ്ക് സെറ്റ് ചെയ്യാം. നീ ലിങ്ക് വിട ബ്രോ. ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ എടാ ഞാൻ ഒരു ലിങ്ക് ഇടാം. പക്ഷെ എൻ്റെ ഒരു മറ്റവൻ്റെ ഇത് കിടന്നിക്കട ഒരു സെക്കൻഡ്. അവൻ്റെ ഇത് വല്ല ഇഷ്യൂ ഉണ്ടാവും നോക്കട്ടെ. ഇങ്ങനെ കുഴപ്പമില്ലെങ്കിൽ ഓക്കെ ഗൈസ്. എടാ കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് നിന്റെ ലിങ്ക് എൻ്റെ പൊന്നെ, നിന്റെ ലിങ്ക് ഇട്ടാൽ ഞാൻ പടവാ. എടാ ഞാൻ ലിങ്ക് ഇടാം. ഡേ ഫാദൂസേ ഞാൻ നിന്നെ ഇത് ചെയ്യണേ, അൺമോഡ് ചെയ്യണേ. നിന്നെ ഞാൻ എനിക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞൂടാ എവിടെ. എനിക്ക് ആവശ്യമില്ല. ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ ടൈം ആകുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഇടും. നിന്റെ ലിങ്ക് ഞാൻ ഇടുമെന്ന് എനിക്ക് ഉറപ്പൊന്നുമില്ല. നീ ഇപ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ മോഡറേറ്റർ അല്ല. സോ ഞാൻ നിന്റെ ലിങ്ക് ഇടുമെന്ന് എനിക്ക് ഉറപ്പൊന്നുമില്ല. സോ എനിക്ക് തോന്നുമ്പം ഞാൻ നിന്റെ ലിങ്ക് ഇടും. ഓക്കെ ഗൈസ് ഞാൻ ലിങ്ക് ഇട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടേ. നീ എൻ്റെ ചാനലിന് മോഡറേറ്റർ ആവണ്ട. പ്ലീസ് ചെക്ക് ഇൻസ്റ്റ.
versus Army Green.
ഓക്കെ
And then a goal
ഞാൻ എന്താ
versus
ചെയ്തത്? നീ
Northeast
ഒന്നും
United
ചെയ്തില്ല ബ്രോ.
last season.
അതാണ് നിന്റെ കുഴപ്പം. നീ ഒന്നും ചെയ്തില്ല. അതാണ് നിന്റെ കുഴപ്പം. ഞാൻ നിന്റെ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞു. നീ എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് പറയേണ്ട കാര്യമില്ല. ഞാൻ നിന്റെ ലിങ്ക് എനിക്ക് ടൈം ആകുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഇടുക. സോ നീ തന്നെ നിന്റെ ചാനൽ പ്രൊമോട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ നീ എൻ്റെ ചാനൽ എടുക്കണേ എന്തിനാ? പൊട്ടനാണോ? ഞാൻ ഇടാമല്ലോ. നിന്റെ ലിങ്കാണ് ഞാൻ ഇടുന്നത്. എനിക്ക് വേറൊരു ലിങ്ക് ഉണ്ട്. നിനക്കറിയാമല്ലോ നീ ഏത് ചാനലെന്നാണ് ലൈവ് ഇടുന്നത്. ആ ചാനലിലെ ലൈവാണ് ഞാൻ കാണുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ. ഞാൻ എന്ത് ചെയ്തെന്ന് പറ. നീ ചുമ്മാ നീ എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് ലിങ്ക് എന്ന് നീ ചോദിക്കണേ എന്തിനാ? നീ ലൈവ് കാണുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ, പിന്നെ എന്തിനാ നീ എൻ്റെ ചാനൽ വന്നിട്ട് ലിങ്ക് ചോദിക്കുന്നത്? നിനക്ക് നിന്റെ ചാനൽ ലിങ്ക് നീ കാണുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ, ലൈവ് കാണുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ, നിനക്കെന്തിനാ ലിങ്ക്? നിനക്ക് ലിങ്കിൻ്റെ ആവശ്യമുണ്ടോ? പ്രവീർദാസ് എങ്ങനെയാ? ഹെഡ് ആണോ? ഇല്ലടാ സ്ലൈഡ് ചെയ്ത് ഗോൾ ഇട്ടതാ. പിന്നെ നീ പറയണേ ലിങ്ക് ലിങ്ക് ഇട്. സോ നീ പറയണത് കേൾക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യം എനിക്കില്ല. സോ ഐ ഡോണ്ട് കെയർ. ഇനി ഞാൻ മോഡാക്കണമെങ്കിൽ എനിക്ക് മൈൻഡ് മാറണം. പോടെ, എനിക്ക് പറ്റത്തൊന്നും. ഞാൻ നിൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ കാര്യം. സോ ഞാൻ നിൻ്റെ ലിങ്കാണ് ഇട്ടത്. സോ നീ എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് ഇതേപോലെ കാണിച്ചു. ഞാൻ കുറേ വട്ടം പറഞ്ഞു. സോ ഇനി ഞാൻ ആലോചിക്കട്ടെ, മോഡാക്കണോ അതോ ലിങ്ക് ഇടണോ എന്നൊക്കെ ഞാൻ ആലോചിക്കട്ടെ. ഇന്നത് എന്തായിരുന്നാലും നിൻ്റെ ലിങ്ക് ഇടാം. പിന്നത്തെ ദിവസം എനിക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞൂടാം. ഓക്കെ ഗൈസ്, അറ്റാക്കിംഗ് ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, പ്രവീർദാസ് ടാപ്പിൻ ഗോളായിരുന്നു. ഓക്കെ, കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് 57 മിനിറ്റിൽ 2 ഗോൾ അടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇനി ഒരു 2 ഗോളിൻ്റെ പുറകിലാണ്. സോ വീണ്ടും കുറച്ച് സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷനൊക്കെ ചെയ്താൽ ഇപ്പം വീണ്ടും ഗോൾ അടിക്കാൻ ചാൻസ് ഉണ്ട്. ബ്രോ ഒന്ന് ഇൻസ്റ്റ ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യാവോ? എന്തിനാ ഇൻസ്റ്റ? സഹൽ പോയത് നന്നായി എന്ന് പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. അതെന്ത് പറ്റിയടാ? ഓക്കെ, ഇപ്പം ഫുള്ള് അറ്റാക്കിങ്ങിലാണ് കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് കോൺസെൻട്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. എടാ എന്തോടാ ഇൻസ്റ്റാഗ്രാമിൽ എന്തോടാ? എടേ ലൈവിൻ്റെ ഇടയിൽ എനിക്ക് കയറാൻ വയ്യടാ. സത്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇങ്ങനെയാണെന്ന് പറയല്ലേ. ഫുൾ ക്വാളിറ്റി മാച്ച്. എടാ ഞാൻ കാണുന്നതേ ഒരു ലിങ്ക് ആണ്ട്രാ. എടാ നീ കാണുന്നതിനെ കാട്ടി ഫുൾ ക്വാളിറ്റിയിലാണ് ഞാൻ കാണുന്നത്. നീ കാണുന്നതിനെ കാട്ടി ഫുൾ ക്വാളിറ്റിയിലാണ് ഞാൻ കാണുന്നത്. അയ്യോ ആ ലിങ്കല്ല, ഇതിനെക്കാട്ടി നല്ല ലിങ്ക് എൻ്റെ കയ്യിലുണ്ട്. ഞാൻ പിന്നെ എൻ്റെ മോഡറേറ്റർ അല്ലേ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാണ് ഞാൻ അവൻ്റെ ചാനലിട്ടത്. മനസ്സിലായ? ഓക്കെ ഗൈസ്, അവിടെ സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. കുറേ പേരെ സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. രാഹുൽ രാജു, പിന്നെ നൗഫലൊക്കെ വരുന്നുണ്ട്. മെജിഷ്യൻ ലൂണ എന്ന് പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ, നമുക്ക് നോക്കാം ഗൈസ്. 5000 വോട്ട് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആയോ അവിടെ? മെജിഷ്യൻ ലൂണ. പ്രവീർദാസ് ഈസ് ബെറ്റർ ദാൻ ഹിം. ഹീസ് മോർ ടീം പ്ലെയർ, നോട്ട് ജസ്റ്റ് ട്രിബിളിംഗ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. ബ്രോ മോഡാക്കാം വലിയ പോയി നോക്കാം. ലൈവ് ആക്റ്റീവ് ആയിരുന്നോ എടാ? ഹോർമിപ്പോണൊക്കെ വരുന്നുണ്ടെന്ന് പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ നോക്കാം. ഓക്കെ, 4-2 എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ സ്കോർ ബോർഡിലാണ് നിൽക്കുന്നത് ഗൈസ്. എന്തായിരുന്നാലും നമുക്ക് നോക്കി നോക്കാം. തിരിച്ച് കേരള ബ്ലാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് വരുമോ? 30 മിനിറ്റ് കളിയുണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ ഗൈസ്, 30 മിനിറ്റ് കളിയുണ്ട് ഗൈസ്. ഇനി 65ാമത്തെ മിനിറ്റിലാണ് ലിങ്ക് ഇടുന്നത്. ഗോകുലം നെക്സ്റ്റ് ലിങ്ക് ഇടുന്നത്.
As does Hormipam. They're going to be seeing off these last 30 minutes of the game. Confirmation, Hormipam has come in place of Bijoy. Much expected of the likes of Rahul KP and Hormipam, an integral part of Kerala Blasters these last 2 seasons. Rahul KP part of that under-17 squad that played the World Cup for India. Ever since then, from Indian Arrows, he's been a part of the Kerablasters project. Would not be happy with his goals tally or assist tally. For a player with that much talent, has also been in a reckoning for the Indian team. Managed just the 3 goals in the ISL and Super Cup combined last season, 2 assists as well. And here's a player you know really well, Andy. Hormipam, who's had some 2 good seasons with Kerala Blasters.
Yeah, we were desperately trying to keep him when he was just progressing through the academy up in Punjab. He was very strong, very physically ahead of other players of his age, but obviously technically proficient as well, and pleasing to see him go on to do good things.
There were rumors that Hormipam might be on his way to Kolkata as part of that deal to bring in Pritham Kotal. But much to the delight of the Blasters faithful, Pritham has come into the squad and Hormipam stays put. Guess you're going to see a lot more intent going forward now from Kerala Blasters. Less than 30 minutes to go in this Kerala derby being played out at the Mohan Bagan ground. Group C in action of the 132nd edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup, jointly organized by the Indian Armed Forces and the government of West Bengal. 4-2 is how things stand at the moment in favor of Gokulam Kerala. 4 different goal scorers. Shrikotan, Captain Buba opened the scoring for Gokulam Kerala. Alejandro Lopez and also Abhijit, who got the 4th in the second half. Meanwhile, here's one of Kerala's scorers. Justine takes that shot, tries dipping it in. Just not on target.
Yeah, man, a bit more confidence in this second half just to cut inside and open that body up and look for the far corner, maybe start the ball outside the goal and see if you can shape it back in. As you can see from this, just starts it too far wide, just doesn't quite get that shape back into the far corner. You've seen the build-up with Luna now. He's more reluctant to drop into that back line to help in the build and the way they're playing up through the thirds of the pitch. I'm sticking a little bit closer to that 4-4-2 system now.
Back to Justine, unable to keep it in play. Finds Lopez. Getting the 3rd of Gokulam Kerala's goal today. You can hear from the bench, asking them to push higher. Get things going as quickly as possible. Play, play, play are the messages coming in from the Kerala Blasters bench. Don't slow things down. Put your foot on that pedal.
Yeah, we said at half-time, didn't we? Just more purpose and tempo, and they've showed that in this last 10 minutes. Moving the ball a lot quicker and able to get through a lot easier. Just got to be careful when they just lose it, though, again, that they don't leave themselves open, especially when they're going to chase the game now.
The likes of Lopez would be hoping that happens. Here's Nili Pedromo. Will be given space in these dying minutes, these last 30 minutes of the second half. Here's Justine, has 3 players for company. Brought down, does well to win the foul.
He's been bright, hasn't he, for the second half? Maybe a little bit quieter in the first, but he's getting much more of the ball in the areas that he wants and able to dribble and drive. And just catching a little lazy leg there as they go through.
New players have come in this time for Kerala Blasters. Some old war horses have made way to new grounds. The likes of Sahal Abdul Samad, Prabsuk and Gill, both making their way to Kolkata, one with Mohan Bagan Super Giants, the other with Imami East Bengal. Jessil Carnello, who's been a captain in the past, now with Bengaluru FC. Harmanjot Khabra, spent a few seasons also with Imami East Bengal. Time for these new players to stamp their authority in their new club. Pritham Kotal, Prabir Das, some of those new signings. Ishan Pandita, another one who's been signed, a regular with the national team. Justine is up and running and will be hoping to join play as soon as possible. Meanwhile, here's Luna on the ball. And how often have we said that when Kerala Blasters is playing? Surely he's not going to go for the goal from so far out. But if it's Edrin Luna, you never know. And he does. Goes for the goal, puts it on target. One bounce, straight into the hands of keeper Moya.
I think it was similar setup, wasn't it, to the first half that was after, just trying to hit that centre of the ball and try and get that dip and swerve. And if the goalkeeper can't collect it cleanly, there's people following up just the rebounds. You can see 3 grey shirts in there ready.
Ended last season on a sour note. A season that had so much of promise. One of those players shining in patches was Rahul KP. If one had to sum up his time with Kerala Blasters, you'd possibly say shines in patches. Dips in, dips out. Not the most consistent of players when it comes to performing at the highest level of Indian football. He's been a part of the age group Indian teams, but just hasn't quite made his way into the senior Indian setup.
Don't see the tactics changing from Gokulam towards the last half an hour of this game. I think they'll still be composed, really try and be compact and just hit on the counter and attack and wait for that mistake or force that mistake from Keralablasters.
It looks like another substitution is happening. This one is Emmanuel Justine's time is over in this game, his first game for Kerala Blasters, and coming in replacing him is Vidya Shagar Singh. At one point of time, Vidya was the highest goal scorer in the Hero I-League. Had that season with Rao, after that made his way to Bengaluru FC and now finds himself at Kerala Blasters. Meanwhile, here's another of those new players, Mufal.
Can tend to happen when the wingers play on the opposite sides. Coaches want them to maybe cut in and use the stronger foot. You can see here just goes for that outside of the right foot, which obviously loses the power and the quality of the delivery and sets up an easy catch, and they're able just to break straight away.
From a local player's perspective, Andy, it's one thing that's really stood out is a lot of these players like taking their man on. They're not afraid to just turn around, pass that ball around, play it back, play it sideways. If you have the chance to take on a player, take him on the wings.
Yeah, I think it's exciting, isn't it? These are the type of players that gets people off the seats when they're dribbling and driving 1v1, and it's maybe us coaches are to blame. We're too obsessed with maybe game models and training sessions that involve limiting players' touches and space and 1 or 2 touch, move it quickly. And there's an old adage in STEM, and never stop that dribbler dribbling. If he's great at dribbling and driving at players, maybe the next thing is to work on the end product, or whether it's a cross, a pass or a shot. But really don't stop them people who are creative, have that spark. Don't beat the creativity out of them. Let them do what they do in them wide areas. Unbalanced wingers, unbalanced centre-backs, and cause trickery and unpredictability in them areas.
Skillful players are loved all over. Here's one of those new players has come in. He's replaced Jiksan Singh. Danish Farooq joined mid-season in 2021 from Bengaluru FC. Hasn't quite hit the ground running. He's been playing for the club regularly. Minus 23 appearances last season, but just the 1 goal to his name and no assists. Born in Jammu and Kashmir, started his football with Real Kashmir and then made the progress to Bengaluru. Meanwhile, here's KP, puts in a ball. It's a good ball. A player was attacking it. Farooq has the chance for the shot, takes the shot. It's one of the bodies of Gokulam Kerala's defenders, and we have Lopez on the attack at the other end. 2 players for company. Attack not yet thwarted. Now it's Kerala Blasters. Plays it to Rahul KP. Does well to get past 1. Plays it back to Prabir Das. Danish trying to find Ayman. Referee says play on. Nelly Pedromo not wanting to play on, telling the referee about the challenge that's been put in from the new man. And he's in pain, Alejandro Lopez.
Yeah, you can see they've just changed a little bit of the shape. I know it's a 4-4 for them, but when they're out of possession, Nelly Pedromo's just dropped in a little bit deeper just to create an extra player in that midfield, just to deal with the movement and clever rotations that the Blasters have had later on in the second half.
Another yellow card for a Kerala Blasters player, Azhar, given that yellow for the challenge on Lopez. Water break in effect. And so far, things are going according to plan for Gokulam Kerala. Minutes on the clock in this first Kerala derby between these two teams at the senior level. 3-1 it was at the end of first half, but then come the start of the second, and this happened. Beautiful goal coming in from Abhijit K. You can look at that over and over again. Set up by Lopez, but how about that for a connection?
Yeah, Keralablasters stretched again and then just able to have a great strike from distance. He slightly different, just a bit of individual skill, wasn't it? Just to beat his man. Great little play, great feet, right, left foot. Prabir at that back post, able to tap home. A nice controlled finish.
Still more than 15 minutes to go of regulation time. Kerala Blasters still chasing 2 goals, or rather chasing their first point in this edition of the Indian Oil Durand Cup. Remember, 6 groups. 6 group winners make it to the quarterfinals, and then 2 second best placed teams make up the 8 teams at the quarterfinals. Gokulam Kerala putting themselves in prime position to move out of the group and into the last 8. They've already played their first game versus Indian Air Force, won that game by a 2-0 margin. There's Bengaluru FC, making up the 4 teams in that group, defending champions. Ormi Palm plays it to Pritham Kotal. Trying to find options up front. Luna drops deep, plays it back to his defenders. Ormi shifts it out to the left to Danish Farooq. Come on the pitch for Jackson Singh. A lot more mobile, loves making those late runs, loves giving options up front. Azhar recently awarded a yellow card for his challenge on Alejandro Lopez. Here's Pritham, another one of the new players coming in, Rahul KP, an integral part of Kerala Blasters over these last few years. Now finds Rahul KP, puts it into the path of that, and he's missed that! He's missed that from 5 yards out. Vidya Sagar Singh had the chance to get Kerala Blasters' 3rd goal of the evening, but he's missed it with just the goalkeeper and 5 yards out from the goal.
Yeah, Rahul KP, great header back inside, isn't it? And Vidya Sagar comes on, he wants to make an impression, wants to get himself on that score sheet straight away, and it's blazed it over from such a close distance as well. He's so disappointed with that technical finish.
You'd be surprised, Andy. That's the same player who scored 12 goals in a single season of the Hero I-League. He was adjudged the highest Indian goal scorer. Got his big money move to Bengaluru FC. But ever since then, his scoring boots just haven't helped him. It's been 2 seasons now.
That confidence, isn't it? You just think that a really clear, calm finish doesn't need to be blasted from that. Doesn't need to break the net. Just needs to cross the line. So just get your technique right. Just the goalkeeper to beat 6-7 yards out. Blazes it over.
Confidence. is such an integral part of performing at the highest level, especially if you're a striker. Meanwhile, at the other end, Gokulam Kerala with the corner. Cleared. Here's Ayman. Ayman finds Bidya Sagar, gets a few touches on the ball now, does well to get past one, has 3 players for company. Trying to go for that, but sets up Ayman yet again. Ayman puts it back to Bidya Sagar, does well. First touch takes it away from him, and you have it. There's goal number 3. They may have missed it a few minutes back, but Hormibam Ruya makes no mistake from that same distance. Kerala Blasters have pulled one back, 4-3 now.
Yeah, they sent Boo there, didn't they, for the corner, trying in search of a 5th goal, and in the end just got a little bit of the structure wrong behind the ball, just able to get picked up on the counter. And in the end, you thought maybe the break was going to come to nothing. Didn't make the opportunity to take the early pass, but then slid in. And an opportunity for Hormapan to get in there and finish from close range.
You would have thought that first touch had spoiled things around. And Bidya Sagar, but Hormibam came in and making the most of that. Doing exactly what you'd expect from a defender in the box. Don't take too many touches, straight away get onto it and latch onto the back of that ball.
Yeah, I think it was actually Luna, wasn't it? It looked like it had gone to Hormipan, but it was Luna that was in there. Hormipan just peeled off a little bit off the shoulder, and it was Luna who was able just to get his body in between the 2 centre halves, recovering defenders, and just tap the ball home. Good finish in the end, and obviously game on with not too long to go on the clock now. It's going to be an interesting finish to see who's going to push, and whether Gokulam are just going to sit back and try and absorb some pressure.
Yeah, apologies for that. It's Adrian Luna getting the 3rd goal for Kerala Blasters Football Club. Meanwhile, here's Gokulam Kerala on the attack. Here's one of those new men who's come in. Did well with the run, but much to be desired with that pass. And you have a Kerala Blasters player down. Teams asking them to put the ball out of play. Referee eventually halts play. Pritham Kotal, it looks like. Cramp at best.
Yeah, I did think it might be something a bit more serious at the start there, but you can deep into kind of the second half of games, you can see intense conditions for them. And this is what we spoke about, the Indian Oil Durand Cup can provide competition, close matches. Players have got to back up only a few days' notice, which is what competition football does. And these lads will have to go again, especially big games coming up as well in the group stages. So important to get your strength and conditioning, diet, nutrition, and recovery correct between games, as well as all the stuff that goes on the pitch. Really sapping conditions for the players, as you can see, as we're going into this final kind of 10 minutes plus injury time.
We're set for a grandstand finish. 10 minutes remaining in this clash between 2 top Kerala sides, the Kerala derby. 4-3 still in favor of Gokulam Kerala. 7 goals scored in this game. Kerala Blasters chasing that equalizer, chasing to get their first points in this edition.
There is change on the side of Gokulam Kerala Football Club. Jersey number 17 out. Jersey number 9 out.
Captain Buba Aminu. Tense affair from a Gokulam perspective. Leading 4-2 at one point of time. Started that second off in the best possible fashion. Scoreline reads 4-3 now. Kerala have come back with 2 goals. Still need to score 1 more in these last 10 minutes.
Yeah, looks like Sahib's come in and slotted into the left side of the centre-back position for Keralablasters, with Homapan just stepping across into the right side of that back 4.
Pritham Kotal, the player who's been taken off. Keralablasters spent so many years in Kolkata, won so many titles with 80K. Now starting a new journey in the south of India. Would be hoping that his teammates can pull one back. So that starts with at least a single point. As things stand, Gokulam Kerala heading for their second straight win of the tournament, thereby putting them in the driver's seat to move into the quarterfinals of a tournament they won in the 2019 edition. Here's Hormipam. Prabir Das. There's Luna. Got the third goal for Kerala Blasters. Meanwhile, here's Saurav K. Has that ability to dash forward. Does well. Part one. Saurav has space for the shot. Takes the shot. Just couldn't keep it on target.
Just loss of possession, isn't it? That square ball across in the middle third of the pitch, and then they're able to break quickly. Be interesting with Buba going off at the back for Gokulam, how they fare in this last 10 minutes or so. Normally such a physical dominating presence in there, especially if balls are going to start coming into the box from wider. But maybe some ill effects from that challenge in the first half. I know he was struggling towards half time and getting treatment.
Danish Farooq. On to Hormipam. Hormipam plays it long. Tries to find Vidya Shagar and Luna. Instead, it's with Neeli Pedromo. Less than 7 minutes remaining of regulation time. Another change being affected. Remember, a total of 5 changes can be made. This one, Shilton De Silva. Coming on for Alejandro Lopez. Has had a good outing for Gokulam Kerala. Got that one goal, played his part in assisting a few goals. Shilton De Silva won the I-League with Mohan Bagan in 2020. He's also played for the likes of Rajasthan United. But how about that for a performance from Alejandro Sanchez? Scoring that one goal, making a few for his teammates.
Yeah, I think Alex will be pleased with his day's work when he get the couple of assists. I know it looks like it's been credited as an own goal, but he really forced the error from the mistake to make a mistake for that goal. So he'll be pleased with his day's work. Didn't look too pleased to be brought off like any good striker. Maybe thinks he's got a little sniff of another chance towards the end of the game, but I'm sure he'll rest and recover well and be going again, ready for the next game.
Here's Neeli. Puts the ball in. Cleared. Luna up front all by himself. Basit. Back with Neeli. Tries finding Saurav K. Danish Farooq. On to Naucha Singh. Another one of those new signings brought in from Mumbai City FC. Has played on loan at Punjab FC as well. Part of the team that won the I-League last season and gained promotion to the ISL. There's now Chap on the left flank again. Has played for Gokulam Kerala in the past as well. Won the I-League and the Durand with Gokulam. Hormi Palm, another who spent time at Punjab FC, finds Rahul KP. Here's Prabir Das, first touch, giving it away. And Kerala now, Gokulam Kerala, with possession. Tries to find Neeli Padromo. Defenders calling for offside. Referee says play on.
I think that's been a hallmark for them, hasn't it? Just how they've been organised defensively. They'll be disappointed with the 3 goals so far, but they've just been structured just to wait, force the mistake, and then break quickly.
And you can see the numbers in their own half. Not committing too many numbers in front. You win the ball, you put the likes of Neeli and Saurav K do all the running. See if you can get something of it. Last 7 minutes, preserve that 1-goal lead, Andy.
And with Alex there now up top as the main man, left the pitch, it's up to Neeli Padromo just to be able to stretch play a little bit as well. He looks like he's struggling with fatigue.
Here's Rahul KP. Back to Rahul. Azhar trying to find him, miss pass there on that occasion. Numbers in front and numbers at the back for Gokulam Kerala. Saving that 1-goal lead. Prime objective in these last few minutes. Stoppage in play. Man down. Not the easiest of games. These first few games of a new season, Andy. Irrespective of how much you may have trained in pre-season, a 90-minute game is a 90-minute game.
Yeah, it looks like sapping conditions out there, doesn't it, for both teams? They've acquitted themselves well, but obviously showing signs now. What you need to do is you need to get through it. But all the work should have been done prior to this to build yourself up. This isn't the peak, this is just the start of the journey. Obviously, this Indian Oil Durand Cup provides the game time and the competition, the opportunity to play multiple games. And that's what you need in this stage of the season to be able to get yourself ready for then the domestic campaigns that you're in and any other competitions that come along your way that you can qualify for. So definitely the sting's been taken out of the last 15 minutes of the game with the kind of changes and the tempo, and probably affected Keralablasters more than it has Gokulam in a way that they're obviously sitting pretty with the lead and don't mind the game getting stretched, don't mind the game having loads of changes in it. The Blasters obviously want to get that ball down and play much quicker, and stoppages in play just break up that any momentum that they get.
Front runners now from Group B, or Group C, apologies, to make it to the quarterfinals. 2 games played for Gokulam Kerala, and as things stand, it looks like they've got 6 points in their kitty. Bengaluru FC and Indian Air Force also making up that group, but will be a tough task for the teams to catch up with them now. Remember, top group winners of all 6 groups make it to the quarterfinals, and 2 second-placed best teams make up those 8 players. 7 minutes of added time, something we've got to get accustomed to this season. It's been happening in European football. We saw it during the World Cup as well.
Yeah, I was at the managers' meeting in England over the summer in pre-season where Howard Webb, the World Cup referee, went through all this, the effective time that the stoppages will be now not 30 seconds for goals or substitutions. It will be the effective time. And they gave a comparison of up to, sometimes it might be, traditionally a game last season might be 5 or 6, and this time it might be 9 to 13 minutes. So the game time is going to be a lot, and we've seen already from the start of seasons in Europe that have started, the high proportion of goals that have come in these later moments of games. So I still think there'll be opportunities even in this last 7-8 minutes now of the game.
7 minutes will feel like eternity for Gokulam Kerala, defending that 1 goal. Though Adrian Luna now is in prime position. to try and pull another. Try get a second of the evening. Try getting that equalizer for Kerala Blasters. Have been second best throughout this 90 minutes. Have never been able to take the lead. Equalized it once at 1-1, but ever since then have been second best. Here's Luna. Just couldn't keep it on target.
Yeah, there's obviously set play delivery's been very good today. He'll be disappointed with the opportunity that, gave himself to make an impact later on in the game. Clearly feeling the effects of a sapping and energising game for them, especially later on in the second half. But still an opportunity with 5 minutes to go. Create another chance, you never know.
Prabir tries finding Vidya Sagar. Now Cha. Back to Azhar. Numbers in front, asking everyone to move in front. They've still got that one goal to chase. Still got that equalizer to chase. Azhar finds Luna. He's been tirelessly working for his team's cause. Back to Danish Farooq. Does well to play it off first time. Thoiba. Naucha Singh puts the cross in, but it leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah, as that deep midfielder now, just getting more of the ball, isn't he? From the centre-backs, being able to play. Hormapam serving the ball into him. And he's looking maybe to play a little bit more lofted passes into the attackers, into Lustin and Bibi Ashkar as well. So just that quality, isn't it, in that wide area to deliver. Gets in a good area again, but just being able to stand that ball up.
Precious few minutes remaining. Precious few minutes remaining for Gokulam Kerala FC to walk away as the winners in this first Kerala derby at the senior level between these two teams. The first of many, we're hoping. One's playing in the Hero ISL, the other's playing in the Hero I League. The team leading this game has ambitions of making it to the Hero ISL. Have won the I League twice in the past. Finished third last season. And would be hoping they can get to the top yet again and thereby earn promotion to the Hero ISL. Three minutes remaining. Nelly Pedromo tries finding Saurav K. Still one goal down. Trying to get play moving a little fast now. A bit of urgency in Kerala Blasters attack. Danish Farooq drops deep, everyone else in front. Plays it long. Finding Rahul KP. Does well to connect it with the head. Directs it in the middle. Back to Danish. Here's Azhar. What can they do? Less than 3 minutes remaining in this game. Being played at the Mohan Bagan ground. Luna looking tired. On to Hormipam. Hormipam puts it through to Vidya Sagar. Does well. Good run. In fact, it's Naucha Singh. Naucha Singh puts the cross in and cleared by Gokulam Kerala. And here we have Saurav. Danish does well to win that ball. And still in play by Kerala Blasters.
Yeah, they've gone much more direct, haven't they? They've needed to get that ball forward with a bit more urgency.
Luna and Rahul KP combining. Losing the ball. Here's with Saurav K. Back to Saurav K. But no one in front. The entire team back in their own half. Just minutes away from a win versus Kerala Blasters. Finds Luna. Call from the Gokulam Kerala bench asking for the ball to be put out. Blasters not having any of it. And instead, now the goalkeeper will take his time. Salam Ranjan is down, complaining of cramps.
Yeah, and these where this effective time comes into play, because obviously if the trainer's called on, the players are now going to be asked to leave the field of play for a minimum of 30 seconds. And you just got to be careful as a coach what you do here, because if too many players leave the field, you could be left defending with 10 or 9 men for the last period. The tactic that's kind of been introduced now has been that goalkeeper comes on to get that little magic spray or that magic sponge, and obviously a goalkeeper isn't permitted to leave the pitch if he's had treatment. So it's just the next facet of the game that's going to happen. People try and find the loopholes and the little nuances of the game to try and find to get the advantage, especially obviously when you're a goal up in a cup competition.
Use every trick in the book. Every trick in the book possible.
Yeah, just was like it was a bit of afters here, wasn't it? That's it. A bit of a late challenge, but nothing called by the referee.
7 minutes up of added time. Will be interesting to see how long the referee keeps playing. Luna, in fact, wins it back. Throw in favor of Kerala Blasters. Quickly taken by Adrian Luna. The last attack, last throw of the dice for the Blasters. Still down by 1 goal, chasing that equalizer. On to Naucha Singh. Ayman. Back to Danish Farooq. Ormi Palm. Finding Luna. Numbers in front. Here's the run of Prabir Das. And it looks like it just might be enough for Gokulam Kerala FC. Any moment now.
Management was screaming, weren't they, to get the players back onto the pitch to get up to the full 11, but also, you know, maybe politely informing the referee, the 4th official, and the assistant that the time's up.
8.5 minutes in running of added time. 7 minutes were added by the referee. Kerala Blasters on the attack. Gokulam Kerala's entire bench up on their feet. And there you have it, the final whistle. Thereby, Gokulam Kerala Football Club beating Kerala Blasters 4-3 in what was an entertaining encounter at the Mohan Bagan ground. The first time these two teams have met in the senior level. And you had goals galore in this game. 4 goals for Gokulam Kerala, 3 goals for Kerala Blasters. An entertaining game. 6 shots, 4 on target, all 4 resulting in goals for Gokulam Kerala. 16 shots for Kerala Blasters. Had the majority share of possession, 71%, but still ended up on the losing side. Here's the next game, and this one is coming your way in just a bit. 4:45 p.m. coverage starts. Downtown Heroes of Jammu and Kashmir taking on Shillong Lajong. All the action coming your way on Sony Sports 10-2, and you can stream it on Sony Live. Here's confirmation of the full time. Gokulam Kerala winning that game 4-3 and thereby taking 6 points to their name in Group C.
जल्दी नानी वो आते ही होंगे आईडी नो प्रेजो
taking that left foot into the area The first job for the Iome East Bengal is to take the ball out of the penalty area. Even Brandon Hamill has moved up, taking a right footer. Nowhere near the framework. And Harish Kundu blows that long blast of whistle. And that long wait for the Imami East Bengal supporters across the globe. They've gone absolutely crazy because they haven't won it the last 8 derbies. And here's a full-time score. Mohanbagan Super Giants 0, Imami East Bengal 1.
ಬೇಳೆ ಸಾರು ಈ ಬೇಳೆಯಿಂದ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಳಪೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಯಾಮಣಿ. ಟಾಟಾ ಸಂಪನ್ ಬೇಳೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅನ್ಪಾಲಿಶ್ಡ್, ನೇಚರ್ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಸಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಒಂದಿಗೆ. ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡು. ಥೇಟ್ ಅಜ್ಜಿಯ ಕೈ ರುಚಿ. ಟಾಟಾ ಸಂಪನ್ ಅನ್ಪಾಲಿಶ್ಡ್ ಬೇಳೆ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ.
जल्दी नानी वो आते ही होंगे. आईडी नो प्रिजर्वेटिव
सब ठीक है मैडम.
एकदम. वाओ नानी बिल्कुल आपके जैसा.
आपने बनाया? मैडम ने और हमारी फैमिली के नए मेंबर ने. भारत का नंबर 1 इडली डोसा बैटर जो बनता है रोज ताजा. आईडी मेड विद लव. Movies are dreams.
What kind of movie are we gonna make?
In this family, it's the scientists versus the artists. Sammy's on my team, takes after me.
You can't just love something, you also have to take care of it.
ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಂದ ಗೆಳೆಯರಲ್ವೇನೋ, ದುಡ್ಡಿಗೆ ಯಾಕೋ ಹಿಂಗಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ?
ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತಿದ್ಯಾ, ದುಡ್ಡಿದ್ಯೇನೋ ಮತ್ತೆ? ನನ್ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಬಳೆ ಮಾರಿ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ದುಡ್ಡೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಾಶ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾನೆ.
Here's confirmation of the full time. The name in Group C. The 4:45 p.m. coverage starts. Downtown Heroes of Jammu and Kashmir taking on
done with a couple of derbies in a span of less than 24 hours. And East Bengal ending their long wait last night against Mohanbagan Super Giants. And later in the day from the Mohanbagan ground, the Malabarians winning a pulsating encounter against Keralablasters. Well, Downtown Heroes, they aim to channel the energy of the region's youth towards the positive goals through sport, and concerned by the growing menace of drug addiction among the valley's young people, they decided to set up a football club to foster a culture of sportsmanship and provide an outlet for the young talents. They are up against Shillong Lajong. The last meeting between these two sides on 16th February 2023 in the I-League 2nd Division. Shillong Lajong was the first club from the northeast region of India to rise to prominence. Their first participation in the Indian Oil Durand Cup since 2009. It has been a struggle for the Highlanders so far. Lost the opening 2 games by a big margin, and now it's all about making a respectable finish to their campaign. A quality experience against quality sides who would certainly help them come the Hero I-League season. The beautiful game of football is not just a sport, but an emotion in this part of the country. A total of 24 teams, including 2 foreign teams from Nepal and Bangladesh. All 3 teams of the Indian Armed Forces and the local team of Durand clash at 3 venues in Kolkata, Guwahati and Kokrajhar this season. And well, I'm joined by the former India international, Henry Menezes, to analyze this game with me.
Well, it's going to be very interesting, this game, because Downtown Heroes are going to play their first match in the Group D. And what else? New Northeast United, FC Goa have already played their 1-1 game and got some big scores against Shillong Lajong, who have got a deficit of -10. They're going to get into this game with a lot of confidence over there, playing big teams. But it's going to be interesting how Downtown Heroes respond to this Group D fixture, because they have played a game earlier in the I-League before they got a stalemate of 1-1. There's a huge amount of interest in Downtown Hero because they are a very young team. They have just established in 2020, like Sohan said, that they are here to nurture homegrown talents from Kashmir. And what more, they have got one of their players playing in the top league, and that's Basit, whom we saw in action some time ago. But interestingly, this is going to be a great match because we've seen Shillong Lajong fail in the defensive, how they are going to resurrect from that. And Downtown Hero, knowing these 2 games that Shillong Lajong have gone through, will try and make everything right in the books to get full points.
And somewhere down on lower Grund in the Indian Oil Durand Cup table, an unseen fire might be burning for Shillong Lajong, and they have to bring it out. And FC Goa's draw last evening opened up the race for the debutants, Nongbet and Hilal Rasul, an all-Indian matchup in terms of the head coaches. But what about their styles and their approaches? Bobby Nongbet seemed quite impressed with the infrastructural aid provided by the club and how they have been working together on the technical aspect of the game and trying to achieve them in the game with excellence and class by maintaining discipline and, importantly, with one eye on the Hero I-League. For that, they want to progress step by step, and their immediate assignment will be to bow out of the tournament on a positive note.
Yeah, absolutely right. You know, when you have 2 big teams against whom you have played and given your best, but not enough, this is the team like that they are champions. They have been newly promoted into the I-League. Well, Downtown Heroes have done pretty well. They just couldn't get on to the I-League just because of that last match draw in the I-League. But nevertheless, they have a very, very formidable side from the region, local talents which they're grooming, and some foreigners attached to them, Rafael Rim and Ezekiel Orho, who will really be spearheading this team.
Now it's all about trusting the youngsters in front of these fans to do the job and to pave the way for a brighter tomorrow and a solid foundation to give a great account of themselves come the Hero I-League. Now they need to start well tonight against Downtown Heroes and make it a memorable night in front of their ever-growing legion of fans by setting the standard right. Bobby Nongbet knows about the high standards of Indian football. So welcome you all to another fascinating game of football in prospect on this Sunday night. Here are the delegates for the handshakes. Daubai Saboro, EM Sports and Youth Welfare, BTC, Lawrence Islari, the MLA, and NK Barua, Executive Director and Refinery Head, Musuka Boro, DGM and PGR, along with the Commanding Officer, JS Chaudhary, getting introduced to the players. It's going to be important to see how Lajong scares. They're used to scaring teams out here in the Durand Cup. They've done nothing to lose over here because they've done everything possible to qualify of this group. They've humbled East Bengal in the past in this tournament back in 2009.
Yes, really very interesting going to be this match. And the game is expected to be a closely contested affair, as both the teams are familiar with each other, and that's going to be very important, how they can cancel each other's attack and also capitalize on the opportunity with precision, because that's something that is wanted. And Downtown Heroes trying to get their first match on, and it will be interesting to see Akash Kumar, Kamlesh Kumar Mehta to lead the referees delegation here for this match.
Well, Akash Kumar Mehta, the man in the middle, the man in charge of this nail-biting fixture, supported by Kennedy Sapam and Kuldeep Tariyal. The fourth official for today's game is Ashwin, and the match commissioner Amit Purusottam Dharap from Pune. Downtown Heroes are representatives from Kashmir in the Indian Oil Durand Cup. Intrigued to see how they really grow into the match with confidence and ability to stay till the last and score goals is something that is very important to understand. And both the teams, I think, Downtown have got an exciting lineup, but in this match they got to be ruthless if they have to win this contest. The two skippers along with the match officials, and here is the Downtown Heroes lineup. It's a 4-2-3-1. Hilal Rasul gives new goalkeeper Paramjit a start straight away. No surprises in there. Haider Yusuf will play at right back. Rafael starts as well alongside the skipper Shahid Nazir, and the youngster Parvaz Bhuya up against his former side along with Inam and Imad, all starting tonight for the side from Kashmir. Inam, massive responsibility on his shoulders in terms of creating the chances, his ability to get into the right areas. He also has to learn to make the right decision when he does get there. A big season for him as he matures into someone who can be relied on. And Bobby Nongbet likes to tinker with his team, and tonight there is almost 95% of the side overhauled. The defense has a big task to stop Downtown's attackers. Only Hardycliffe and Figo continues from the previous encounter. The front three will have support from the playmakers Buam, and the likes of Figo Sindai and Pursunep will drift wide and use their pace, and Laiwang is the focal point. And Nongbet, like all the fans of the club, will know that they do not need a win. They need a convincing win. And looking forward to this season, they've gone down early doors and will be hoping they avoid the misery of 2018. And these are the substitutes, some new names in there, Ronald and Tairang. That's a big one for Lajong, and of course, interesting few names as well in Henry Ford and Abhay Chetri. We have some familiar faces in Neitho as well, and Asrar and Mumin Bashir. Keep an eye on them from the Downtown Heroes perspective. When the numbers say there is oddity in the way Shillong Lajong start and end games, almost as if they need half time to remind themselves what their jobs are. The first half tends to be leaky affair, and the final 15 turns into chaotic moments of dropping points. And Nongbet will hope this team know they need to start among and end strong, because football can be fickle, and what happens in between those phases can be easily forgotten. And Lajong were part of discussion when they started the season with energy and vigor, both of which have been found at times and faded at others. So Downtown Heroes versus Shillong Lajong in many ways feels like the ultimate expression of modern Indian football. A club with history and pride against one of the newer teams of the Indian Oil Durand Cup in its fullest, with the quickest breaks and the most audacious goals. The big tackles and of course the most crafty flicks from the players on the pitch, and two of the most cerebral managers, one obsessed with the complexities of the game, of justifying who is, and the other simplifying football in the most delightfully effective ways. It has been a tournament already, some sparkling storylines into it, Henry. Here's Shillong Lajong.
Early times here in the game, both the teams will try and get the feel of the ball and the ground. A little tricky underfoot conditions over here. It's going to be important how they experience themselves with the ball, the low ball, or they're going to take the aerial route. It's going to be important to see what strategy they're going to use, because the ball is going to be tricky there, stopping in the middle where there are patches of water. But nevertheless, the ball is flowing to good passing from both the ends.
Trying to make things happen early on. Shillong Lajong, the weather in the northeast quite forgiving, a bit humid in the day in general, but temperature drops drastically during the evening and shouldn't be a problem for Lajong though. The conditions are familiar for them, but for Downtown Heroes, it might take some time for them to settle down, isn't it?
Yes, very rightly said over there, Soham. That is Hilal Rasu Pare, professional licensed coach. I think he is a coach, only very senior player from Jammu and Kashmir, played for his state and then got the pro license some time back. We've seen many coaches coming out from Kashmir, that is Ishwaq, Maharajuddin, Wadu, and now Hilal Pare in the top Indian sides. And it's going to be interesting how the defense of Shillong, because we've seen them a little bit going out of possession when it comes into organization and letting in goals, and that too with the FC Goa, and the other team is Northeast United. But now today it's going to be important to see how Alan, Dibin Roy, Ronnie Wilson and Kongside really take charge at the defense with those strike zone of Oro up front there.
Hilal Rasul generally prefers a 4-4-2, but has gone with a 4-2-3-1 this evening. He wants more stability in the middle of the park, and now playing it into the path of the number 7, Inam. The flag stays down, poking it towards the number 6. Here comes the cutback, and easily defended. He was at the right place at the right time. The number 27 of Shillong Lajong, Alan Nongri.
Very nice to see Haider moving up front, into the attack. Very, very experienced players, played for Royal Kashmir, Lone Star, FCI, and Nobi Nongbet would be a little bit worried because he wants to improve his defensive line so that there's no shy at goal. But nevertheless, in numbers, Kashmir really attack.
Corner towards the far post. He was waiting just on the edge of the area. Will look to recycle it back into the danger area. Plays it towards Eze outside of the foot, and could well have been the opener. Just taken a touch of the goalkeeper Haukip, and it goes out for a corner. What a blistering start for the visitors here.
Yeah, very little space over there. He just had a look at the goal, and the goalkeeper out of his line tried to chip that ball. Very quick, Parvaz was very quick on doing that. It's a great vision, when you are up, there's a crowded defense and you take a snapshot with the goalkeeper not ready, but good reaction from the goalkeeper. Well done there.
Back-to-back corners for Downtown Heroes as Hafiz trying to exert a lot of pressure, looking for the tall figure of Rafael at the far post. A couple of red shirts, they're squeezing in between and clearing the danger. It's still not fully averted. One back by the Cameroonian. Sends it in, the keeper comes out and punches it. Could have collected it though. The attack is still on for Downtown Heroes. Shillong Lajong needs to get the ball out of the danger zone as quickly as possible. They regroup and reboot from behind. Positive signs from the Downtown Heroes and the way they plan to move forward, Henry.
Yes, it's a very fast-paced game over here. Both the teams are trying to really get the possession of the ball and keep it to them in the attack. Nice piece of back heel there from the defender. Just trying to get that build-up right over there because they've got a lot of space on the wing because they've got players like Inam. He's got Haider who overlaps from there, but the number 28, Hamida, does pretty well in the bargain. Fouls there. Cancelling the attack is very good in the midfield, but what you do after that is important. You need to put in numbers over there for Shillong Lajong if they want to get into a transition of counter.
Finding Eze with that long ball. He's got a couple of white shirts for company. A nice little touch towards Inam. Gets towards the byline. Pulls it back. Great composure at the back from Shillong Lajong. We saw a fast-paced game between Keralablasters